Hello and welcome to the Codex Prime podcast. We are on episode 116 and it is Tuesday, April 10th, 2018. I am your host, Victor Omoayo, and with me as always is my co-host and social media chair called Byrd.
What's going on, everybody?
Yes, indeed, man. And with us in studio, we have two special guests in the building, two friends of the show. First, we have returning to the show, Eddie Ortiz.
Thank you, guys.
And Bryan Lopes.
What's going on, everybody?
Yes, indeed. We're talking about WrestleMania 34 weekend. We got it playing in the background for you Facebook live users right now. We're also going to be talking about NXT TakeOver New Orleans from this past Saturday, as well as Raw After Mania. We're going to talk about how the guy, as it turns out, is not the guy. Shout outs to Adrian.
Miss you.
Poor little puppy.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, he was all in his feelings on Raw, but we'll get into that with his man bun. But yeah, man, WrestleMania 34 took place this past Sunday in New Orleans, Mercedes-Benz Superdome. My bad. Shout outs to Hogan for that gaffe at WrestleMania 30.
It wasn't even like Silverdome. No, he did say Silverdome.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and the fans kept correcting him.
And then Austin and Rock came in, threw a couple jabs.
Yep. Yep, at the Superdome where streaks are made to be broken. Ain't that right, Carl?
Shut your face.
But yeah, we also had an NXT TakeOver, which took place in New Orleans, Louisiana, at the Smoothie King Center right across the street. Yeah, so what do you say? Should we get into NXT first?
Definitely. It stole the weekend, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, man. NXT TakeOver New Orleans, we had 5 awesome matches. And we had the debut of the North American Championship on NXT in a ladder match with EC3 versus Killian Dane versus Lars Sullivan versus Adam Cole versus Ricochet and the Velveteen Dream. That match, man, I predicted that Velveteen Dream was going to win, and the crowd was like, he's like way over. But hey, I wasn't mad at the winner though.
You made me type Velveteen.
But yeah, what did you guys think of that ladder match?
Oh, that match, it stole the show. Lars Sullivan, I haven't seen anything from him except for like some little promo work on NXT where he was throwing away his like tag team partners.
Yeah,
but that guy's a monster.
Yeah,
that guy is a purebred freak, and apparently he's intelligent as hell too. I gotta read up on him eventually. But great match. Adam Cole. I didn't think Adam Cole was gonna win because he's doing double duty. So I figured they were gonna go with EC3 making his debut and everything. I knew Ricochet wasn't gonna win because I don't see Ricochet lasting too long in NXT before they pull him up into the main roster. But definitely a stand-up match.
Ricochet's going to
and considering the fact that I heard it was Shawn Michaels helped planned it.
Oh, word.
Really?
Yeah, I read that Shawn Michaels had a hand in planning that ladder match. Outstanding.
Nice. Yeah.
My opinion on the match was, I think it was the best match of the entire weekend.
Oh, wow.
When it came to, aside from the main event, aside from Alistair and Almas, which I'm assuming we'll get to in a few.
Yeah.
Overall, that match to me was pure entertainment. It was vicious. A lot of these guys did some crazy spots, like Velveteen Dream just dropping the Purple Rainmaker on everybody. Adam Cole with the super kick party of his own. Yep. EC3 took one spot during the match where they had him pancaked under the ladder.
Yep.
And I think it was Killian Dane.
Yeah.
And had somebody like on him and just dropped on top of him. I thought EC3's face was like shattered during that spot. But no, those guys came out there and put on a show. A huge Lars Sullivan fan. Everybody anybody knows Ricochet, and Ricochet is going to be a star down in NXT like overnight. Yeah. Velveteen Dream was originally my pick, but yeah, Adam Cole, you can't go wrong with that guy right now. That guy had an amazing weekend overall.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, definitely. And I will say this, like Ricochet's like pop was insane. He didn't even he just stood there.
His entrance
at the entrance.
Yeah. His entrance was amazing.
That pop for Ricochet was like louder than anybody all weekend.
Yeah.
I don't think I heard a lot of pop for anybody.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that it was his first live match on NXT because he's done house shows and stuff prior, but.
Well, he was filmed. I know he was filmed for an episode of NXT when they were still down in Atlanta, but they never ended up using the footage. So I've seen like clips of that when he was down there, because if you see like some of the highlight packages, you'll see him in an NXT ring doing the 630.
Yeah.
And I saw like a little video clip the day he debuted, but the fact that they didn't put it on TV and just waited and showed the crowd who Ricochet is at a pay-per-view like this or a special event was super smart of WWE and NXT.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like there was a bunch of like real crazy spots in that match too. Like there was one point where I think Ricochet and Velveteen Dream, like one of them got power bombed on top of a ladder that was sandwiched. It was from the turnbuckle to one of the ladders that were standing up. So they used one like a platform.
I think it was Velveteen that was setting them up.
Yeah.
Velveteen set it up.
Yeah, that was bananas.
He caught a few power bombs to some. Velveteen was definitely earning his paycheck. That he caught a few ladder spots there. That poor kid. He was feeling it in the morning.
I'm still a big Velveteen Dream mark myself, since from NXT the kid's got it.
He does.
I'm not denying his talent. I just hate the gimmick.
Like
As I said, I hate the gimmick.
like at first, like I thought that, man, this gimmick is gonna have a short shelf life. But the fans took to it.
Crowds love the kid, man.
Yeah.
He's selling it. He's selling a gimmick that was. Yeah, take this. If it fails, we already know it's gonna fail. That was like the New Day. Here, New Day. We're gonna make this up, and it's gonna fail. We know it's gonna fail. He's taking that.
Yeah.
And he's running with it. He is
You
making
got it. With a gimmick like that, you got it. Like, look at Goldust, Adrian Adonis, Orlando Jordan when he was in TNA.
Yep.
He went over the top with it, but
yeah.
you commit to the gimmick. And this young kid, man, he's got some talent. And in ring, he's not bad. He's
The dude
he's
is
pretty damn
talented.
good.
I'm not taking that from him. I'm just not a fan of the
The
gimmick.
gimmick, yeah.
It's just Prince, but extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say that I do like the design of the North American Championship. It kind of reminds me of like an old school NWA title.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Something about red straps in WWE. They have something for red straps.
Yeah,
I don't get it. But
yeah. But
Lately, yeah.
that is true. But at the end, Adam Cole, Bebe, he took the match. He took the title. So
I was happy with that turnout.
I was too.
I was happy. It was either Ricochet, for me, it was either Ricochet or Adam Cole. Like, I knew Ricochet would have shocked me, but I knew, like, okay, Adam Cole has already,
I don't know. I felt that they were going to go with EC3 and play off his, he's still running off that pompous, I'm rich, I'm the 1% gimmick they did in TNA. I thought they were going to give it to him so he could run with that, because he's definitely going to be a heel.
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't like it when he turned in TNA into a face. I was not feeling it. I was like, dude, you're supposed to be richer than all of us. You're supposed to be an asshole. Stop trying to connect with the fans when you say, "Oh, I got more money than you."
Yeah. I like the little twist they put on his character now. Like the name EC3, they asked him what does it stand for. Now he calls it the formula of success. Like that, I like. And the top 1% thing, when he did his like little intro promo, was like, "Oh, I'm the top 1% of professional wrestling." So he's not playing that, ignorant stereo 1%.
Well, not
with all due respect to people, like that 1%er, like financial type. I like the fact that he's not playing up to that, and plus he doesn't have Aunt Dixie to help him out and stuff.
Yeah.
So I like the little twist they put on like his character so far. But
if you listen to Percy, the way he's trying to sell him as being rich,
yeah.
One thing I just gotta say this: Percy, worst commentator on WWE.
Oh yes.
Oh, Percy Watson.
Worse than Booker T?
He makes Booker T
Booker
look
T's
like
not
gold.
there no more.
But
He's there. He's doing
He's
right.
there,
He's doing
but-
the pre-shows.
I would much rather listen to Booker T.
Yeah, I gotta say,
Shuck and
like,
duck.
shuck and ducky, quack quack.
Yeah, but this boy, oh my god, he just horrible.
Yeah.
He made Byron Saxon look like gold.
Damn. Yo, he makes Byron Saxton sound like Jim Ross. Yeah.
Sorry, Percy.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, yeah. I mean, like the worst thing about Percy Watson on commentary is that he doesn't contribute anything useful or new.
Not at all. No, it was between him and Morrow. Like I like Morrow. He gets kind of with his cliches and stuff and connecting things. Like he was connecting stuff with Player One, the new movie Player One. He's like, oh, we got Player One and Player Two. Like, all right, Morrow, stop trying to
He's
be hip.
too pop reference.
Yeah.
Too much pop
Yeah.
reference.
Try to be hip but connect. Just get to the point.
Yeah.
But Morrow, I like Morrow. A lot of people don't like Morrow because of his voice.
Oh, I love Morrow.
Yeah,
Mara was amazing.
Shoot, he got a Mamma Mia chant during one of the matches.
yeah, he did.
I forgot which one it was, but they were chanting Mamma Mia. I started popping myself. I was like, oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and like he's pound for pound, he's like the best announcer in my opinion in WWE right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it right now.
Like if he got put on the main roster, I wouldn't. He'd probably fit right in on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, now that
Yeah,
JBL's not there.
he's more of a SmackDown guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, big ups to Adam Cole for winning. Definitely one of my matches of the year candidates for that ladder match. Then you had the next one. You had the NXT Women's Championship match. Ember Moon defending against Shayna Baszler in a rematch from their January Takeover show. That one, man, Shayna Baszler. I mean, I think it was the right result for her winning. It was her time. Plus, like, she plays like a heel, a bullish heel really well, just like choking out rookies at the Performance Center, just being a total dick. And yeah, like, it was the right call for her to win.
Yeah, well,
I agree.
With Moon being, everybody knew Moon was getting called up.
Yeah, it was that. It was a matter of time.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these matches like foreshadowed people coming up. I mean, like there's still tonight, and there's a couple people that we see on here. I think may be appearing tonight on SmackDown.
Yeah.
But overall, I think Shayna's character, especially for NXT, works good. Like you said, when she was going around bullying, they're showing a lot of those clips of her, bullying every girl in the Performance Center. It makes sense. Like now that Amber's moving on, to have a girl like Shayna be the champion, because now all of those girls have something to vie for, and they're all chasing that one top heel.
Right.
And she looks very indestructible right now compared to all the other women that are down in NXT, which is considered, a developmental.
Yeah.
So, I think putting the title on Shayna right now is a pretty good move for NXT.
Yeah, and plus at the end, like Ember Moon, she didn't tap out. Like she just passed out.
Yeah, she passed out. So it's like you lost, but it's like an honorable loss.
Yeah, like a victory and defeat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went out with you went out guns blazing. You didn't, Stone Cold.
Exactly. WrestleMania 13.
Yep.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see like who's gonna be the next competitor for that women's championship. Now that Baszler has it. You had that. Then you had the NXT Tag Team Championship, and also the final match for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. You had the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole earning that paycheck, coming back with Kyle O'Reilly versus the Authors of Pain and Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. That was a very good match, but the ending surprised the hell out of me. I did not see that coming.
The ending was great.
Yeah, like
Roderick Strong.
Yeah, Roddy.
yeah.
I didn't see it coming, but once I thought about it, it was logical because with Bobby Fish down, what was Adam Cole? What was Adam Cole defending both titles?
Yeah.
I see that happening. So that made sense to add a third. Add Roddy in as a new third member for now until Bobby Fish heals.
Yeah.
And it also gives them somebody who can chase the world title, because if they're going to be the Undisputed Era, now that Cole's got the North American Championship, you got Fish and O'Reilly when Fish comes back being the tag team champion. Then you got a guy like Roddy who's been like in that world title picture for a little bit, even though he's dropped down and gone after Pete Dunne with the UK title.
Yeah.
If they're going to make a group that's called the Undisputed Era, they might as well hold all belts at one point and say that they run NXT up until,
basically a modern day Four Horsemen.
Yeah, pretty much. And especially down in NXT, they have a lot of freedom with the creative and stuff. So I could see them doing something like that. And Roddy being another Ring of Honor guy with a bunch of Ring of Honor guys, it makes sense.
Yeah. I wasn't aware that Roddy Strong had some history with Adam Cole. That they were all in Norwich.
All of them were Ring of Honor.
Yeah, they all four of them Ring of Honor. All four of them were actually a stable in Ring of Honor at one point as well.
Oh wow.
And everything.
Hell, if you want to change this instead of Undisputed Era, you can put Future Shock. Because Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole, when they first came in together, they were known as Future Shock. They were a tag team. They feuded for the titles. Kyle O'Reilly ended up going with Bobby Fish, developing this tag team. As a group, the four of them together, I think in NXT they can make magic right now with a lot of people moving up and leaving and positions open up on the roster. Yeah, I think they'll be a really good four-person group.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And plus it sets up a good plus it sets up a good program with Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Era. It also sets up a good program with Pete Dunne and some of the UK talent. Like they can bring back Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, because I hear that they're a trio in the UK wrestling scene,
known as British Strong Style.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be nice to finally feature something with the UK. Seeing as they made a big deal, have a tournament, have a championship, and
there's another tournament coming up, I think, in June for the UK, and I'm assuming the winner of that is going to challenge Pete Dunne for the title.
Yeah.
The next one.
Yeah,
I don't know the exact date, but I know it's supposed to be coming in June.
Yeah, I heard about that too. And plus, that means that Pete Dunne would have held the championship for a year because he won it last May against Tyler Bate.
Chicago, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he even defended it on it?
Oh,
He
yeah,
defended
he's
it
defended
in
a
the
few
UK.
times.
Yeah.
I heard, but I haven't seen him defend it.
In the US, yeah, he defended against Roddy a couple weeks ago. He's defended like in rematches with Tyler Bate.
Has he?
Yep.
Yeah, and they did at there was a match right before the end of the year with him and Tyler Bate on, I think it was just a regular NXT show. Amazing match.
Yeah.
But for one of those match of the year things, it's, to me, in the year it was way too late. But if you get a chance to go back on the network and look for it sometime in December, it was really, really good.
Yeah, that and also their takeover match from last May. It was in Chicago, right?
The takeover match I saw, that was a match of the year candidate back at that time.
Yeah. In fact, that was my favorite match of last year.
Yeah, they put on a really good match.
Yeah.
It's just I just don't like how they make new titles and just forget about them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like I don't know what the deal is. Like I know Triple H has been trying to set up the UK division. I don't know what kind of snags they've been running into.
What I heard,
What's up, man?
brother?
We've got the biggest hater this side of the Mississippi making his debut.
Hey, this is you right here.
Most diabolical hater this side of the Mississippi makes his debut on Codex Prime. We got Kyle
How you been?
Chattman.
So make sure you're speaking to the mic.
How you doing, man? You too, brother.
Yeah. So I take it you're the lone Roman Reigns defender.
Oh yeah, no question.
All right.
No question. He just had to make Brock look good, man. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's cool. You can tell yourself that. That's what's up. So yeah, oh yes, we will get into that in a bit. Right now, we're just talking about the NXT Takeover classic match. We're talking about the Undisputed Era tag team match, which they won, and the tournament. Like we mentioned, the UK scene. I think Triple H is run into some snags setting that up.
Yeah, really quickly, because this would be a long tangent. During the time with the UK tournament, they were supposed to be re-debuting in England the World of Sport, WS.
Yeah.
WS, a lot of their issues were the fact that WWE contracted a lot of the guys they were trying to get. That promotion never ended up taking off, so WWE, from what I heard, has been holding off on even pushing into the UK market. They've been doing like a lot of stuff, like Pete Dunne's been working in Progress and Rev Pro out there. And I guess with this new tournament coming up, it's going to be starting like the actual filming of the TV show for the UK show for the WWE, and I think it's going to be like a Saturday afternoon, like 12 o'clock in the afternoon type show where you can just pop on the network, and it'll be filmed kind of like NXT is.
Okay.
So
Nice. Yeah. I hope that does get off the ground eventually,
I would
man.
love to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't they going to be doing like country, tournaments in other countries too? Like I know they wanted to do a Japanese one. I think another European one somewhere.
I don't know about the European one, but I know definitely.
I know
Japanese
Japan was
one,
definitely
yeah.
one that they mentioned.
Yeah. I can see them doing a Lucha Libre tournament too.
Yeah,
That would be fine.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Then you.
Cruiserweights in there.
Yeah, but don't send them to 205 Live. Well, I mean, Triple H is taking over the show.
Yeah,
So.
205 Live has stepped up.
Yeah. All you got to do is change the time slot. Yeah.
That's all they got to do.
yes.
Yeah.
Time slot. Yeah, they can probably hang up. I think if it's at an earlier time slot, then yeah, they can possibly be able to like get the fans more into it. Like how you mentioned before, like have 205 Live
Before SmackDown.
Yeah.
Get the crowd hyped up, get some guys out there, do some flippy stuff, get people excited, and then from there, you throw on SmackDown, and the crowd's already up and lively, and they'll end up knowing who these dudes are from showing up early and seeing these guys. And I think the tournament did amazing. That tournament was awesome.
I still say it's the best tournament they had.
They never, honestly, in that tournament, I didn't see one bad match.
Nah. Yeah.
No.
Not one bad match out of that entire tournament.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
Oh, and shout outs to Kevin Lehman. He says, how many dudes on this podcast? What a Hall of Fame lineup this is.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we have the NXT Championship match. Andrade Cien Almas defending against Aleister Black. Another match of the night and match of the year candidate. Zelina Vega, man, she knows how to interfere in a match. Like she was hitting him with those head scissors takedowns.
Oh, that spike one she did in the ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was gorgeous. I thought he was going to stand on his head the whole time.
Yeah.
Falling over.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't make the debut last night on Raw.
Who, Andrade?
Yeah.
He's probably going to
Tonight.
SmackDown.
He's going tonight.
Yeah.
I would feel if he's going up, he's going to SmackDown.
Yeah, I can see it.
Raw got enough. Raw got enough right now.
And I don't think he would. He wrestles. He's a good wrestler. So SmackDown is where you want to go.
Yeah, speaking of which, you had me laughing last night during our Raw After Mania thread, and we was like, all right, No way, Jose. This year's Ty Dillinger.
Ty Dillinger, Adam Rose, whatever you want to say.
Oh
Oh,
man.
no way, Jose.
Oh, I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
You already know where that's going.
Yeah, unemployment line.
Yeah.
Rose.
I wonder which one of the conga lines gonna become bigger than the actual act, because you remember Braun Strowman now, he's bigger than
Oh,
Randy
yeah.
Rosebud.
That's right.
Like,
Yeah.
who in the conga line is gonna be the breakout star?
Oh man.
Yeah. It pretty much seems like everybody who does that, yeah.
Yeah. Adam Rose's was what, like Becky Lynch, Simon Gotch, Braun
Braun
Strowman.
Strowman.
There was a couple names in there. I think Liv Morgan was in
Yeah,
there.
they hit
Yep.
it.
Confirm who that Bunny Rabbit was.
The Bunny Rabbit?
The Bunny Rabbit was Justin Gabriel.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, what happened to him? He went back to the Indies, right?
Yeah.
He's in Lucha.
The
Lucha Underground.
Oh,
No,
is he
he actually broke his leg like real bad. He was doing, I think it was base jumping or something, and he broke his leg really bad. What took him out
Oh man.
because he's supposed to be coming back to Lucha Underground's new season and everything. Right. Who knows that if they sign him, but
Yeah.
it took him out for like over a year.
Oh man, that sucks. But yeah, man. But what doesn't suck though was Aleister Black winning the NXT Championship.
I marked out.
Yeah, I think he's still undefeated, right?
Yeah.
I think.
I never seen. Yeah, I don't
only-
think I've
Only
ever
loss
seen.
he's got, I heard it was a tag team match,
I thought it was like the Fatal 4-Way.
fatal four or something.
Fatal
Like that. It was
Yeah.
a multi-man match.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But one-on-one, he's not. He hasn't lost yet.
Yeah, and the crowd popped big for that moment because Aleister Black, man, he just has it, like that entrance, like and the theme music, which everyone sings along to.
Yeah.
Don't even know the words.
But they better be. That's the only part I know. That's the only part I know.
I feel like I'm gonna make an ass of myself trying to sing it, knowing I don't know the words.
Yeah.
You gotta scream it. It's screaming, so
Yeah.
it's like, what the hell are you screaming? I don't know. Aleister Black.
Yeah. Plus, that was the first time I ever saw him smile, though, too. Because like
Yeah, he looks entirely
He was
different.
happy.
yeah.
At the end when he was happy, because it doesn't. He's not that character doesn't.
No, he does.
No.
Not a cheerful character. He's
No,
a
he's not.
brooding character.
Yeah, but that was definitely a great match, and man, Andrade Cien Almas, I'm really glad that he found his footing ever since he found Zelina Vega, because like if you asked me this time last year, like if he was gonna go anywhere, I'd be like, no, absolutely not.
I held him back for release soon enough.
Funny
Yeah.
story. The first time I ever saw Andrade Cien Almas, I was at the NXT house show in Kingston when they first started going on tour.
Yeah.
I went and got a beer during that match. No word of lie. I heard the music. I seen him come out. I was like, I have no idea who this is.
I'm thirsty.
Yeah, bro. I went and got a beer. I can't, like, the entire time I'm grabbing the beer, the crowd's going nuts. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Then I looked him up after, come to find out he was like this big star from Mexico. And I'm just like, holy shit, I had no idea who the hell this dude was. I just walked out of his match, got a bud.
I can't say I knew who he was at that first two. I had to find out too. I was like, oh, what? You Mexican star? What? I thought they stopped doing that after Del Rio. But he definitely has an upside to him now.
Yeah.
I just hope it translates to the main roster because
Well, if it's gonna be SmackDown, I think he'll be all right.
they got to bring Vega with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hands
There's
down.
no- if he shows up by himself, then that right there's a fail.
But then next week you got the Superstar Shakeup too.
Yeah.
So it's
What y'all be at?
Oh yeah, next
damn, it
week.
is that SmackDown
Yeah.
over here.
SmackDown's down.
I think I'm buying tickets.
I need to.
I haven't bought them yet, but
I've been wanting to go too, so I'm like,
My son saw that commercial and he was like, "Hey, Daddy, you gonna buy those tickets?"
you know that's gonna be
Nice.
a long night though.
All right, I don't care, man. As long as you have fun.
You got a child. You have a child.
Yes, he has fun, you know.
Oh, okay.
Doing it for the kids.
And now you're carrying them, and then you're like, they had fun. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, and then you had the final match of Takeover. You had Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. And
That was the best match I've seen in a while.
That was
Yeah.
storytelling at its finest.
That was
yeah,
Match of the year. I'm calling it now. Match of the year.
yeah, I won't argue with that. Yeah.
It's not even a close second. That was just great, man.
Yeah, man. Like you could feel like when Tommaso Ciampa came out with no music, he got heel heat. Got hit with the asshole chants. Fuck you, Ciampa.
Yeah.
Like,
Yo,
damn,
just
it was
imagine if
real.
Roman didn't have music.
Hey, hold on.
You know what? I swear. I thought he came out to Roman Reigns music because like just replace Roman Reigns' current theme with the "fuck you," insert Roman Reigns asshole. That's it.
That was magic. He is the quintessential heel right now.
Right now,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he even trolls you online. He'll troll you online.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him troll people on Twitter. He'll troll you everywhere.
Yeah.
He will heal it up 24/7.
I thought during the match he really re-injured his knee though. So
It looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah, either that or he's a really good seller. I hope he's a really good seller.
Dude, but then what got me was at the end when like
He hit him
Gargano
with the
finally
brace?
got with the crutch.
Oh yeah.
With the crutch, he was like really going for it, and he just stopped, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck's going on? Like, and it left you.
It was
It
beautifully
left you in
done.
suspense, like,
Yeah.
yo,
He
is he
sat
like,
down next to him like they were just hashing it out or something, and he just went to take that sucker shot on him.
That's gonna be a hug it out moment, man.
that's what I thought. I was like, yo, after all this, they're gonna hug it out.
I was like, come on, Gargano, kill this dude. What the hell?
Yeah, and
Like,
see Ciampa
regardless-
down there looking all sympathetic, like I'm sorry, I'm like, is this gonna turn into a hug fest now? And then he just.
But the thing was, if they did hug it, I honestly would have been like, you know what? That shit was kind of dope. It was different, and I'm like,
I mean,
I wouldn't have been mad.
They hit each other with like everything but the kitchen sink at that point.
Yeah.
They'd be hugging it out. Would have just hugged out.
Can I just say this really quickly?
Go ahead.
And I get crapped on because I'm being a smart Mark fan. What Ciampa came out to was heel heat.
Yeah.
What somebody else gets is go away heat. There's
That's
a
right.
big difference in the two. I'm sorry to say that. I'm gonna get crapped on by Adrian. I know it, but there is a difference between a.
Oh, just
heel
say it.
heat-
Just say it.
No,
If
Roman Reigns. and trust me, I have something about Roman I gotta say later, and I think you'll actually love this.
Speaking of Adrian, where's he at, man? I need some backup in here.
He had it under that rock right now.
Well,
he
it's-
said he had a basketball game to attend to. So
Well, hey, it's one versus all, right?
speaking of, he actually just shared this on his page just so he
Just
know.
share it on his page.
Yeah.
Right on his page.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
true.
Adrian, I'm gonna hold you down tonight, man.
He gonna try, dude.
It's gonna be tough though.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Johnny Gargano, man, he's the real MVP this year so far for not only NXT but for WWE overall.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Who definitely belongs on SmackDown.
I don't think,
Yeah.
I until now, Gargano, I read a lot about him, but I only seen a handful of matches of his in the indie scenes, and it was good in the indie scenes. But they pretty much Daniel Bryan 2.0.
Yeah.
yeah.
The crowd is 100% behind him. The man can do no wrong with the crowd. He's one of those legitimate baby faces where
Oh,
the
yeah.
crowd wants to see him win, and they cry. Like I swear I saw people cry when he didn't win the title.
Johnny wrestling, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people were crying when I'm like, why did he win? When he lost, and he lost his career versus title match
Yeah.
against Almas.
He comes out.
I saw people.
Emojis go up.
Yeah. Nick Thomas just said WWE should push Ciampa as a heel.
Oh, Ciampa.
Like, dude would turn into the GOAT.
Ciampa in Ring of Honor was a beastly heel. If they let him do half of the things he was doing down there in WWE with like the quote unquote PG era, he'll be a star too. He'll be another one of those guys like
Like, he just has it.
he just has it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's another thing that shocked me at WrestleMania was that Roman Reigns was bleeding so bad in the PG era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually shocked about it. Well, then again, Orton it was like a year
I
or
think
so
it's
ago.
Yeah.
It's where he's splitting them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like right at
It's
the
like
Right at the
hairline.
hairline.
Yeah,
right
that's-
there.
And it's just that's where your vein pops and it just gushes.
Yeah.
Brock just knows where to put that elbow.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't tickle.
No,
It does not.
yeah, that hard way.
Yeah.
Brock knows how to do it the hard way. Ain't no
Says
blade in
wrestling
the
is
bone.
fake. Take that elbow to the forehead and
But yeah, man, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, definitely, I'd say match of the year so far. I'd be surprised if it doesn't end up in my top 10 matches this year. But yeah, and also Candice LeRae, Johnny Gargano's wife, she's also very talented too.
Yeah.
Candice Wrestling.
Yeah, they released her, though, right?
No, she's still in the company.
still there? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They haven't done anything with her yet or anything like that. Anything, but she's still there. She came out at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
Plus, she got signed at like the wrong time too, when they're like building up to Mania season, and it's like kind of hard to throw a new person in there without no backing and stuff.
Yeah.
And I have to say this card for this show is probably one of the best WWE productions that they've done in years. This
Yeah.
NXT card show,
Yeah.
top to bottom, I think like
every match was good.
every match was good. Nothing
Yeah.
was bad.
I still have yet to see a bad takeover event.
Yeah. Like
Not one.
like the worst worst thing I've said about a takeover show is, man, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Really, that's the worst you could say. Yeah, but yeah, Takeover New Orleans, man, definitely. I would say my favorite one so far. I guess, and that's saying a lot.
Oh, hands down, yeah.
Yeah.
The first New York one was great too.
Oh yeah. Yep.
War Games was fire.
Yeah.
That's good too.
Like, it's hard to pick it's hard to even pick what's your favorite one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now they're doing Chicago again in June.
Yeah.
They're going back to Chicago for takeover.
They're doing Money in the Bank, right? Down in Chicago.
It should be at the Money in the Bank.
Yeah. Yeah, because supposedly Money in the Bank's supposed to be like the big 5 now. Like that's the new 5th pay-per-view.
Yep.
It's supposed to be like Money in the Bank. So it's like Rumble, Mania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam, Survivor Series. Which means Survivor Series doesn't even feel like a big 4 anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's so Monday. It used to be my favorite paper.
Me too.
It was
It's water.
mine was mine was the Rumble, but
Used to get four, and then they switched to 5-on-5, and now the elimination matches isn't even main event status anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. It's like oh, it's just a one-off and that was it. Yeah. But yeah, NXT TakeOver won for the books, and then the question was like WrestleMania 34, could it follow up to TakeOver? Nah. Well, there's your answer. Well, we had
ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
so we had a WrestleMania 34, which took place this past Sunday at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. We had the 3 matches on the pre-show and 11 matches on the main show, so it was a stacked card. And that WrestleMania, the pre-show and the main show, it was about as long as a work shift. So, and none of us got paid, unfortunately. But
Wish paid them.
yeah, we paid them. So
Paid
yeah.
them.
But the pre-show it opened with the first match, which was the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, 30-man elimination.
I gotta say this. I still don't even know who won that.
Matt Hardy.
Oh, all right. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it.
Well, I did not have,
But-
I did not pick winning, especially not the way it happened. That
Nah.
was a shocker. Bray Wyatt.
Is that why Bray
showed-
Wyatt was with him last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolf
Yeah.
Wyatt now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he emerged from the lake of reincarnation. Yo, like I was expecting a Ty Dillinger to win, but then when he got eliminated, I was like, oh man.
I was going for Dolph.
I was going for Dolph too. I was going for Dolph or Matt, and it sucks too because originally I wanted to pick Big Cass to win the
Yeah, I
match.
thought Big Cass was
I thought
gonna
Cass would have been, or Joe, like one of those like bigger names would have been in the Rumble. But as soon as the match just started and everyone's just in the ring, I'm just like, all right, who's there? Who's there? Like, I'm going with him.
Yeah, those
Or him.
first 5 minutes,
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah,
you wanted.
you really didn't know who was in the Rumble until people started flying out.
Yeah,
So, but no, I mean, I'm cool with Matt Hardy winning.
yeah. You know,
Right now, I give it.
I have no problem.
Yeah, it was like the way he won it too.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was the.
Like no, but I was like, wait, what the hell's going on? I'm like, the fuck's he doing? I'm like, what's he doing? Is he really gonna? I'm like, damn, he's really siding with Matt.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever gets Bray Wyatt back on the winning side. Okay, because he won a match last night. Be a tag team match. He won a match.
That Raw change was the worst mistake for him, man. His career went to hell.
Yes.
Down, bro.
You know what?
He went from heavyweight champion to an afterthought, bro. Really.
He needs the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
He does.
But you know something? I think with the Woken thing, it's going to be better for him. Even though he's a great leader of a group, it's going to be cool to see him playing like second fiddle to Matt. Because we all know Bray can lead a group. And
Right.
With the Woken or Broken, whatever universe you want to call it, it's going to be cool to see Bray evolve. Like, I wanted to see Bray come back with straight hair, dripping wet, looking like Roman. You know what I mean? With a different outfit, not like the Butcher outfit. Like, I wanted to see a different version of Bray to come out. Like, he's still Bray, like, little tweaks. Like, he's happy Bray now. Like, he's not, like, always sad, depressed. He's happy Bray.
It's gonna be weird, man.
It is. But that's the thing about, like, with the Broken Universe, you have to go all in. You have to go over the top.
Yeah, very
Like back
true.
in TNA where they're talking to, like, giraffes and, you know, boxing with kangaroos. Yeah. Yeah. It's a goofy gimmick. But with Bray, you have to redo Bray altogether because what he just was before this whole deletion thing, it's sad. Like you said, right after he left SmackDown, it was just like...
So Nick Thomas says they were trying to be unexpected with the results, and it kind of fucked up Mania.
I'd say to varying degrees, which we'll get into as we move through the card.
They had a couple of good moments, though. Many, a couple of good
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Strowman's tag team partner was not one of them.
Oh man.
Once I
Yeah.
found out who that kid was,
Oh, I got mad.
Like I think is it safe to say that everybody assumed he was a Make-A-Wish Foundation
Yes.
kid?
Yes.
yes, I thought this kid was on cancer or something, and he was on his last leg, and this was the ultimate. I was like, oh man, okay, poor kid is dying. Oh,
But
good
another
for
thing
him.
too, it softened Braun up. It made him look so soft. Like when Braun like came on, like broke off on his own. Like he was just the hard ass, the big bully guy that's gonna run through the roster. And now Now it's just like he's a babyface.
We talked about this last
I was
time.
okay with him at least being like an anti-hero.
Yeah.
But like he's clearly a babyface. They're really making him a babyface.
We were talking about this last time I was here, right? Who did I say I'm comparing Braun to along the way? Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold was the badass. He's the rebel. But then he also had the goofy, funny side. But at the same time, if you mess with him, he's going to whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing with Braun.
Yeah. I mean, he's still got time to develop and stuff. But
Yeah. And since we're talking about that tag team match with Braun and that kid Nick.
Nick's over.
Nick,
Yeah.
he got
Over.
hard.
He was over.
Well,
Yo, the next night on Raw, it was like,
I mean,
Cesaro's tweet, stupid kid.
yeah, like
the funny one was I actually ended up seeing it a couple of times. It was like Nicholas is already suspended for tested positive for Flintstones vitamins.
Flintstones vitamins. Like, it turns out that he's like the son of referee John Cone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, man, nepotism at its finest. And
Is that
yeah.
the referee that took that bump during the Big Show Braun Strowman match? That fell out the ring?
I think it was.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Could be him.
Oh, and that is the greatest bump I've ever seen in my life. By the way. He had no bracing. He was just like, whoa.
Yeah, and like, and so it turns out that this kid is now the youngest WWE champion in history
Like,
of
ever.
any
Rene
kind.
Dupree
Ever.
is rolling over in his bed.
That,
Yeah.
What was that?
Rene Dupree is probably rolling over in his bed.
That
Yep.
it's going nowhere, man.
Yeah, like
He got
Wait a
that.
second.
Somebody's over the infant?
Wait a second. King Maxwell, he's undefeated. I'm just saying.
that's true.
It's a,
Like
it's a possibility.
true, and I
Undefeated versus undefeated.
Mr. T's undefeated at Mania too.
I never
So
like.
Michael Cole.
Oh, that is true. It's true. Damn. I never thought I would see a title change dumber than David Arquette winning the WCW title back in 2000.
Oh, yeah, they got top.
Yeah, it got topped. Vince proved me wrong. Man.
That's one
Like-
thing Vince can do is prove anybody wrong.
Oh yeah, for better or worse. But
They did it worse? Oh, my bad.
yeah. But
So everybody knows that we're distracted right now because Alexa Bliss and Nia are about to come to the ring. I'm just saying.
Shout outs to Dennis.
oh yes, the WrestleMania Fantasy Warfare's match of the night, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax, brought to you by Poland Spring and Aquafina for the beat down body thirst.
Somebody was complimenting Nia Jax last night, though.
Hold on. It was.
Feeling that outfit.
I was just saying that I said, hey, like I like the black and gold trim. It's both classy and confident because it's also see through a little bit. So I'm like, hey, okay, that's what's up. The body confidence, anti body shaming. That's what I appreciated about the outfit.
Damn
you know,
right.
Can I just point out how funny it is that they have Mickey James doing body shaming on somebody? If we all remember
Piggy James.
oh yeah, I remember that.
Mickey James, of all people, body shaming people after what they did to her on her last run.
I still
Oh,
love
yeah.
Mickey James.
I never.
Yeah, I still love Mickey.
Yeah.
She can stay Mickey James while I cash.
I had no.
I just found it funny. I'm like, Mickey
wait.
body shaming?
I had some complaints. Never know who's watching, man. You never know who's watching.
But yeah,
Actually
man.
tells you right here. So
But yeah, man. Going back to the beginning with the pre-show, the cruiserweight championship match: Cedric Alexander versus Mustafa Ali.
loved it. My boys
Yeah.
put on a show.
Yeah, the uncrowned champion, Cedric Alexander, man, finally taking the gold and finally
About time.
redeeming that belt.
Ever.
Yeah, and redeeming that belt from Enzo Amore. Good lord. And so it's a good thing that Triple H is in charge of 205
Speaking of
Live.
Enzo, allegedly the
Case
charges
got dropped.
got dropped.
Yeah, I read about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, confirmed.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Everything got dropped, but this WWE took that as a get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
They're not gonna sign Enzo back.
Nah.
Nah, because he's like, I think he was the most hated person backstage.
Yeah.
Like Miz, even the Miz was like, dude, they hate you more than me.
When the Miz is giving you advice and
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I remember posting this on the group though. Did you see there was a clip of a Simon Gotch interview?
Oh yeah, how
Oh,
he hates
yeah.
Enzo.
And he was like, yo,
roast him.
fuck this dude. In a nutshell.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, he's pointed out he can't take a bump, he can't do this.
And
He
pl-
was a horrible wrestler.
yes.
Dude,
And plus,
remember there was only one time where everybody really like cared about Enzo was when he got that concussion when he slid into the ropes wrong.
Yeah, he got hurt bad on that. That
He
was
stiffened
nasty.
up. Like,
His
Yeah.
mistake, too.
Yeah.
and definitely.
Totally his mistake, and totally ruined any chance of the two of them taking off together. That's why
They never won the titles.
That's why we're not going to see Big Cass. It's going to be Colin Cassidy.
Yeah, they already copyrighted and trademarked his name, so
Oh,
They're trying to get that. They're going to keep him as far away as possible from anything to do with that.
just don't cut his hair short like he was back in FCW. If you've ever seen those, yeah, it's a no-no.
But yeah, man, Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali, man, they're two of the best cruiserweights I think on 205
Yeah,
Live.
he's still one of my top. They're two of my top three. The other being TJP.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yep. And I like
totally agree.
TJ, who?
TJ Perkins.
Yeah. Yep. TJ Perkins.
Yeah,
Because if that
He just
man,
disappeared, man.
yeah, I see more.
Well, he had that injury, but then like they started on 205 Live. They just been focusing more on the tournament.
yeah. Well, he was in the tournament. He made it to
Yeah.
the second round of the tournament. So
Yeah, he
fell
did.
off. He went from first ever Pinnacle, first ever champion.
well, yeah. Remember during that time
Yeah.
was like still McMahon running 205.
Running the show,
like,
and then-
like I think tonight. After Mania, like tonight's first 205 Live is going to like set
I
the
might
tone
actually
for the rest
watch
of the
it.
year. Oh, trust me, if you haven't watched,
I don't know
the
that
tournament,
Andre
it's worth
battle. That Andre documentary comes on tonight.
Oh yeah, 10 o'clock. Yeah, HBO.
They got free
All
too.
about that, bro.
Yeah.
So I can watch that.
Nice. Yeah, good. 'Cause, yeah, I think it'll be available on HBO now or Go tomorrow. So
No, it would be no. It comes where HBO go. It comes on right then and there.
Oh,
Maybe
nice.
like a slight minute delay.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Nice.
I'll check it out then. Yeah, so you had Cedric Alexander, big ups to him, and also you had the WrestleMania Fabulous Moolah. Women's Battle Royal. Not bad.
Yeah, I don't know if you got. Y'all watch the show. When I told my father that, man, he laughed. He laughed. He's like, "Why would they do that?" I was like, "Moolah should put him in there." I'm like, "Dude, she used to pimp out the women."
Yeah.
Like, named it after somebody else. You know what
I
I
would
mean?
have took the Beth Phoenix Memorial Battle Royal.
I would have said China.
Yeah.
Since they're cool with China, you got the 8th one of the World Battle Royal and the 9th one of the World Battle Royal.
Dude, she.
They just
yeah.
don't want kids looking up China's history, man.
That's what it is.
I know. First off, I had no children,
It's
okay?
gonna come, but it will still come up. Wikipedia has everything, so.
That's true.
You put China the wrestler on Google, and it's gonna pop up that video right quick. I'll link
Yeah.
to that video.
Which one? She had like 4
Yeah.
of them.
Does anybody care to test this theory?
No.
Not me.
No.
I saw a clip.
No, I mean of the Google search, not of watching the video. We don't need.
No, we don't need to do that. But
To see Sean Waltman.
Yeah.
oh man. But
You bring that up.
but on to happier thoughts. Naomi won the WrestleMania trophy, which
2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Out
Yeah.
of left field.
Yeah. And
Yeah, because
Go ahead, Naya. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I will say that the trophy does look like a uterus,
Yes,
though.
it does.
So
I
Wanna
see.
say
Yeah.
it, bro.
it did.
Thank God you brought it up.
Kyle, you the hater. You should have been said it.
I did. Hey, why do I got this labeled a hater, though, man?
You wear it with a badge of honor.
I know.
I was always saying it. Both trophies look like shit. Both.
No, they look like candy.
Yeah,
They kind of do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre one looks like they molded it out of butter. And
Yeah, that's very true. But Naomi, I wanted Becky Lynch to win because she's mad underutilized.
That was my goal. That was my pick.
Yeah. But hey, Naomi's crazy talented, so not mad.
I love the ending of it with Bailey finally chucking Sasha out the ring and thinking she won, and then out of nowhere Naomi comes up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think a Bailey heel turn would work?
Yes.
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 I don't think it would work, man.
Oh.
She's way too old for kids.
No.
That's what
Yeah.
they are written.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that, with that character, like they got their demographic with her. Like my girl's daughter, she only loves Bailey just for the entrance and the song.
My daughter loves Bailey, man.
Dude, I know the words to the song because of her. Oh, she makes me play it.
Like I can see Bailey as a heel, like maybe like she can like turn up her current persona to 10, and it'll just come off way fake and disingenuous and just like overbearing.
In other words, New Day when they first came out.
Yeah, like
make it just mad obnoxious.
Yeah, like New Day, just like super cheesy. Like
she's too bubbly. She just looks too nice and
Yeah,
like Sasha needs to be a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sasha needs to be walking around. I am a bitch. I don't give a fuck. Just cussing everybody out.
NXT
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Pretty much what she does now, man.
Yeah, meet her
Yeah.
meet
right
Sasha.
now
Meet Sasha in the airport, and then that's heel Sasha.
That's
Yep.
what I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, she hates that shit.
She's brutal, man.
She just needs to come out and just be heel. Because Sasha being the face is, you can't believe it.
Yeah.
She comes, boss, doing this. You just want to hate
She's
her.
just sassy. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
want to be like, ooh.
Ratchet, man.
Yep.
Those are the
Gotta
chants.
go Ratchet.
Yeah.
Those are the
Reality show
chants.
Ratchet. Man.
Sasha's ratchet. No, she's not. Yeah. So yeah, you had the pre-show, and then you had the main show, which opened with hot fire with the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match: The Miz versus Finn Balor and Seth Rollins as the White Walker.
That caught me off guard.
Those contracts were hot.
Yeah, they were.
Those
Those are
contracts
badass.
were hot, yeah.
Yeah, reminding us that Game of Thrones season 8, the final season's coming out next year. So
Don't look at me. I still haven't watched it yet.
What the, dude?
you still got
sorry.
time.
You said you was gonna do it last time you came. That was what? The Rumble?
Babe, if you're watching this, start downloading Game of
I'm
Thrones.
tired of trying to keep away from spoilers, so I just said I'm just gonna start watching Game of Thrones when the season's over, man.
You got time though. I mean, you
got
can
time.
avoid
You literally
spoilers.
got time.
Like,
No, if you watch an episode a day,
I watch
you be
it
good.
when the season's over. I just catch up, man.
I just say I'm one of the people that, nope.
never seen Game of Thrones?
I tried watching one episode and was like, it's not my cup of tea.
The dialect.
All right, fair
A
enough.
lot of people don't like the dialect of it, man.
I don't mind like the dialect or anything because I watch other stuff. That show Vikings on History Channel.
Yeah.
That one they got the kind of same dialect and everything. I love that show. I just couldn't get into Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones is the greatest show ever. It is.
I don't know. So like people with the Walking Dead. I'd rather.
Yeah, Walking Dead, you're
Well,
not missing
let's-
anything.
I
Yeah.
read,
Stop at season
Why
I stopped at
why
season
is it
6.
still going, man. Like,
I read the comics.
Stop at season if you're gonna watch Walking Dead, stop at like season 5.
I stopped at 6.
I started
At
reading
6,
the
it
comics
was like too much
online
for
and
me.
everything, and I keep reading the comics and finish the comics up and stuff like that. But
There was too many people.
I'm still watching, but it's like I don't care. I'm just trying to I'm trying to troop it up because I'm like, listen, I made it this far.
You need the closure.
Let me see it through. I need the closure. I don't even pay attention to Fear of the Walking Dead.
and then
I've
then
heard
they
about
have another season. Then they have another.
Yeah, they're getting. They got
Yeah.
what 10? They
Yeah.
got renewed up to 10. Like
Yeah, they want to come up to 10 or 11 seasons.
that's
Walking
just
Dead.
overkill.
Yeah.
Do what I did with my hairline, man. Just let it go.
Trust me, I'm right there with you.
My time's coming soon.
Yeah.
My time's coming soon.
Yeah, I'm too lazy to shave, so.
Still part of the ball club, though, man. We're good.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Got to unite. But yeah, the Intercontinental Championship match. I wanted Finn Balor to win, but I'm not mad at Seth winning, getting that Grand Slam achievement, though.
WWE just doesn't trust Balor anymore, man.
I don't know, man. Like, he.
too.
Yeah.
Every time he gets right there, they just knock him back down. Then he gets back up there, they knock him right back down since that injury, man.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I get that feeling as
It
well.
wasn't his fault. Well, it was both their faults in the end because he did take it wrong. The landing, he did take it wrong, but Seth needs to stop with that buckle bomb. Seth needs to stop with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you killed Sting.
They banned the curb stomp because it looked dangerous, but they let him keep doing the buckle bomb, which is knocking people out.
I will always
Yeah.
hate Seth Rollins for ending Sting's career.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
that's.
sorry, I'm a big Seth fan. I don't see a problem with it. I
Your
like,
fault.
huh? Sure, blame it on me, right? No, honestly, the curb stomp to me, even though it looks super dangerous, it's not a dangerous move.
Yeah,
as long
it's
as
not.
he's not like physically forcing you down with his foot and you're taking the bump yourself, it's not that. Like,
Well, they modified it now.
yeah, they modified it the way it looks. And the buckle bomb, yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I mean, it's a very dangerous move because you're blindly, like,
Falling back.
yeah, falling back and trying to absorb the thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick. Finn needs to go to SmackDown.
Yes, that was going to be my next statement.
Yes.
Yo, like Finn versus AJ for the WWE Championship, I can get behind
Dude,
that.
the freaking show from what pay-per-view was that when
When meningitis hit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Night of, was
yeah.
it? Was it night? No, it wasn't Night of Champions. I don't think it was Night
Was
of
the
Champions. It was the October one.
Hell in a Cell? No.
Staph infection pay-per-view?
Yeah, I think it was called No Mercy.
Yeah, we'll have to.
It could have been No Mercy, yeah.
I believe it was No Mercy.
Yeah, because that's when Angle replaced Roman.
Yeah,
as the
yeah.
Shield, and
Yeah.
I forgot. It was Bray. It was Bray that got sick, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was replacing Bray.
When everybody's passing out diseases in the back.
That bell.
Damn, JoJo. No,
I was about to say JoJo, too. I was like, damn.
Oh, come on now. But
I
yeah,
love me some JoJo.
But yeah, man, that match definitely set the tone, at least for the first 2 hours of WrestleMania. Because The Miz came out, he decided to come out without the entourage. The Miz entourage was like, "Yo, I can do this on my own. I got a daughter. I got to set a good example. Let's do this." And he almost won. He almost retained, but at the end, man, Seth Rollins he got that win and swung the belt around as he does. And that was a good match. That was a good pick. So I think all 3 members of the Shield are Grand Slam champions.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what he.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Seth Rollins went alone last night.
I'm
Nice.
sorry, being a Grand Slam champion now is just watered down. Come on, these
Yes.
guys have been.
Because
around.
too many people are doing it now.
Yeah,
Randy Orton just became a Grand Slam champion,
yeah, that's
and Randy
true.
Orton has been wrestling forever, and he
Yeah.
just recently winning the United States title made him a Grand Slam.
Yeah.
The Shield.
He did it in 4 years. 4
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think like with the Grand Slam, it's either the Universal or the WWE Championship, Intercontinental, U.S. title, tag team titles. Yes, really, the bar's kind of set low.
Yeah. It's just like, come on, within a couple of years, you guys, all 3 of you,
Yeah.
all 3.
Well, there was that pay-per-view when
That's
all
okay.
3 members of the Shield
Won
were the world title.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, one night.
Yeah, Money in the Bank.
That's
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
It took Randy Orton so many years to do what Roman Reigns did in 4.
Well,
Thank you.
hold on now. I mean,
Let's see.
Yeah, you got a
What?
meathead. When you have a meathead infatuated, we have an owner who's infatuated with meatheads.
yeah, well, I mean, when you got the backing of Vince McMahon behind you, trying to make you John Cena 2.0, I mean,
Sky's the limit.
yeah. But the next match broke my heart, Carl. I know how you feel, man, because this match, when the result happened, I slid off my couch and I just sat there sad on the floor. Charlotte Flair defending the SmackDown Women's Championship against Asuka, undefeated for 2.5 years since NXT. Charlotte broke the streak, man. Tapped out Asuka.
Nobody.
Brian called it.
Tap-
I did call it. I did call
You
it that day.
literally
before the
fell,
pay-per-view.
at Boneheads. Edmund literally fell off this. He
I was
literally
not-
fell
I
off.
was
the
like,
chair.
that was the first match I looked at. I was like, oh, that's already Oscar. Everybody had that. The entire world, all of Vegas. I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, like it was a great match too.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
a great
it was
match.
The best match on the card for me.
Yeah, I won't argue with that. And like,
That was a good match.
like my only criticism of that is that I think Asuka tapped out a little too quickly. She should have like struggled for like maybe like a good 3-4 minutes solid, and then like
Yeah.
then tap out. But yeah, it was a great match, and I'm still a little iffy on having Charlotte be the one to break the streak because it's like, oh well, you're the daughter of Ric Flair, so it's like they're trying to make. I have a feeling like Vince is trying to make her like the greatest women's wrestler of all time because she's the daughter of royalty.
So
Like-
being forced down your throat, huh?
Ooh. Oh. You know what?
I'll give
I gotta give it- I had to give-
That's 2. I'll give you that.
I gotta give him that. I had to give him that.
Look, there's a difference though. The difference is that fans generally cheer for Charlotte. Fans believe in Charlotte. You know, when she comes out, whether she's a heel or face, people believe in her. People want to see her succeed. She doesn't have go away heat though. That's the difference. You know,
Like the members of the Shield, huh?
yeah, like one member of the Shield has go away heat. The other two, they have legit heat. Yeah, I agree. But
All right, that's one for him.
yeah. But yeah, the Charlotte Flair and Asuka, like I really liked Charlotte Flair's entrance. Like she came out sitting on the throne with Ric Flair's theme, and then she had her theme coming out, all gold everything.
Gladiators around her.
Yep. Yeah, it was definitely a solid back and forth.
Yeah, we
man.
was trying to figure out the whole time which members of the
NXT.
NXT those were.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was AOP under there.
Nah, they was-
Those
thought-
lights. I couldn't tell until the lights went down. I was like, oh no, no.
I thought one of the dudes was Tino Sabatelli because he was big, super jacked up, and like wide traps or whatever the hell this is called. I'm
Yeah.
fat, so don't worry about it. I don't know any of that stuff. But no, one looked like Tino Sabatelli. The other two, I have no effing clue.
Yeah. And
I couldn't tell.
yeah, but yeah, and then after the match, Asuka said Charlotte was ready for Asuka. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was corny.
Yes.
they need a champion who can speak English.
Oh,
Can I just point out?
Like it's probably the worst thing to say.
Can I just?
But like
That's exactly what
that's-
Vince did. Vince said at the Royal Rumble, "Here's your international flavor."
Yep.
And at WrestleMania said, "Psych."
yeah.
Yep, took it all away.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean the match itself, like I said, it was solid. Like any thoughts on that match, Charlotte and Asuka?
Yeah, it was solid.
Yeah.
Match.
Yeah,
They told a story and everything. Got everything a point. Like you said, the ending. Asuka did tap out too fast. I think maybe,
Especially to one arm, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Charlotte was pretty much injured because that gash she had on her arm was kind of bad. So I can see why if they told them to rush it up and tap quickly, that I can understand. But
Yeah.
and Charlotte beating Asuka, to me, it's only 3 people I could see that were going to beat Asuka. One was Amber Moon, but she wasn't up yet. And don't get me wrong, Charlotte beating her now is too soon because you brought her up with all this hype and all this stuff, and then you just ended at her first WrestleMania.
Yep.
Like, to me, that kind of sucks. Charlotte was my number 2 to end Asuka's streak. My number 3 is Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Who looked surprisingly good, man.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get to her match in a bit.
Oh yeah, the match
And-
was like literally just when I got here.
And last thing I'll say about the Asuka is that like now that she's like free from being undefeated, free from that streak, like they can actually do more things with
More
her.
layers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like every match she just went in, and it was like either she's gonna win or lose. Now it's watching interested in the match,
Oh yeah.
not just what's gonna happen. Fast forward to the end. I just want to see if she won or lost.
Yeah, and then right after that match, a referee comes running down backstage and tells John Cena, who's sitting in the crowd, saying that, "Yo, Undertaker's here. Yo, guess what? The nursing home van just pulled up. Undertaker was getting down,
And the middle finger is up.
and then
That took away from that moment, though, man.
it did kind of,
Yeah,
yeah.
jumping over and running fucking for the hills.
Oh, they memed him.
Oh, it memed.
I was
They
the first-
memed him.
I was the first one to say, I'm like, somebody arrest this man. He is not a wrestler. He is a spectator.
Yep.
Like,
I say, where was security at?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
scary. Guy just hopped over the rail and ran to the back.
Yeah, it's like when your mom's like 5 minutes away from home and you forgot to take the meat out the freezer.
I seen that today. That was hilarious.
Yeah, so he was.
Can you
preparing
come
for-
over? Nah, I can't. I got the house to myself.
Yeah. Then you had the next match, the Fatal 4-Way for the U.S. Championship match. You had Randy Orton defending against Rusev, Bobby Roode, and Trash Bag Mahal.
Tag Mahal.
Yeah, he's trash, man. I'm sorry. He's just a glorified jobber.
that match-
No.
It should have
Worst
went
match
to
of the
Rusev.
card.
It should have went to
worst
Rusev.
match of the card. I was just disgusted with that match.
Like
This is going to be a short subject.
Rusev was over like through the roof. Rusev Day chants.
Aiden English got bars.
He still is.
Yeah.
He is over. Rusev is extremely over, man.
Yeah, I heard like his calendar and t-shirts are selling out.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
selling merchandise like crazy. He's over all day, every day.
He's
People
actually
are,
entertaining.
yeah.
I just hope he don't get traded before SmackDown next week because I'm trying to buy a Rusev shirt, Rusev Day shirt. Like, man, he on Raw. Of course, more merch will get pulled, but
Yeah. Yeah, and plus I heard that Rusev is on his way out too. He's gonna leave.
Yeah,
the
yeah, I heard he
That's
asked
his
us-
release.
Suppose that's why they threw him into the title picture because he asked for the release and everything. He's not happy with what they're doing with him
They got
because
to rescind it, though.
he got himself over. I wouldn't be happy either. I just did all this work to get myself over and you not
That
using
was-
him.
He asked for his release when they wasn't utilizing him on the SmackDown. When, like, when he lost to Randy Orton in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He wasn't getting any TV time. You know what I mean? They was actually not even putting him on TV for a while.
Yeah.
They didn't know how long.
You think it was punishment because of him getting engaged?
That would have happened immediately, though.
No. A lot of people said it was because of the haircut too. When he came
Yeah.
back and he cut his hair without permission and stuff, that he got punished for that. And him and Lana don't pay by the WWE standards when it comes to Twitter and online. They go off script, they'll go off character and stuff, and WWE doesn't like that.
Lana
Yeah.
doesn't ever talk in her accent online.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Total Divas.
Yeah.
She's literally speaking normal. She throws
You
like
doing
a
watching-
little, when she says Rusev, that's when she's the only time you can hear the accent to it.
What you doing watching Total Divas?
Huh?
What you doing watching
no.
Total?
The same reason you watching Total Divas.
I never watched Total Divas.
Your girl never make you watch it?
Nope.
Like, you should watch it. It's a very good show.
See? He comes out, he likes it.
Hey, when they go on them bikini vacations and they out there by themselves, never mind. We were talking about Jinder Mahal, right? Jinder Mahal, great U.S. champion.
What?
I mean, I gotta say, like Jinder Mahal has the worst finisher I've seen. The Colossus.
They definitely need to
It was the
get
Dream
that.
Street.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen drop kicks that look more vicious than that.
I've seen him
and they
that move
sell
like 4 or
to
5
it to
times.
like he beat Randy Orton with it. He beat Shinsuke Nakamura with it. Like, first of all, they're showing the Shinsuke AJ fight right now. Best entrance of the whole night.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that was
absolutely.
great.
Yeah. Shinsuke, I have many things to say about Shinsuke when we get to his match. Many things. But yeah, Jinder Mahal as U.S. champion. You know what? I have no problem with him being a heel on the mid card. The mid card is where he should be. He should have never been WWE champion. He's definitely the worst WWE champion I've seen in the last 15 years. And yes, I'm including the Miz's first title run. The Miz's first title run was still better than Jinder's first run.
I thought Seth's title run was horrible.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like it.
But nobody
Well,
needs gender.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Jinder takes the cake.
It was the same ending every match.
Week,
They
then-
did.
week
Yeah.
after week after hearing his half-assed, fucking crappy promos where his voice is losing his voice and stuff.
I'm the people of it. I'm for the people of India. I'm like,
Yeah.
Canada.
yeah.
Calgary, Alberta.
That's why they pulled the plug on that one because they weren't.
It wasn't selling.
They didn't sell the tickets. They were thinking they were going to sell in India and everything. So
Actually, aren't they about to go back to him for that Greatest Royal Rumble?
That's
Oh,
Saudi
it's
Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
See the women wrestling burkas.
Well, actually, I don't think they're wrestling in Saudi Arabia.
No, I think they. I think
They
they
have-
are,
they
but they're
have-
just going to be fully clothed.
Yeah, they have done.
They said 7 title matches, so
Yeah, the women's titles are up. They
Oh,
have
okay.
had women fight in Saudi Arabia on house shows. It was Sasha Banks and
Oh, Alexa
Sasha Banks
Bliss.
Yeah.
and Bliss.
And
Yeah,
they
but
were
just
like,
like they were
really
all.
covered up. Yeah.
covered
Yeah.
up full wrestling burkas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way the females are going to be allowed. You'll see all the divas dressed in full
Women
burkas.
can't show any skin.
Yeah.
Women can't show any skin over there.
Yeah, true. Very unfortunate. But yeah, Jinder Mahal, equally unfortunate that he's another title holder. But maybe he'll lose it. But as long as he stays on the mid card, we'll be fine. The next match, though, was the surprise of the night. This shocked the hell out of me because it was better than I expected. It was Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon mixed tag team match.
Yeah, like you said, surprisingly good.
Yeah, and Ronda Rousey did not embarrass herself.
No, like she looked. There's probably like one spot where she looked like a liability when she did that pump handle slam to Stephanie.
I think
To
so.
Stephanie, and Stephanie just didn't rotate at all.
Stephanie sold that wrong. She definitely was.
Look, it looked like it.
Yeah, what did you guys think of that match?
I thought it was the best match of the night.
Oh, that's a shocker. I had that one pegged for some Triple H fighting himself. I was like, oh boy, Triple H is going to have to go out there and just pretty much do it all on his own. Angle moved around a lot better than I expected.
Yeah.
You know?
Still a bit slow.
he was still active before the Hall of Fame. So,
Yeah,
but
Yeah.
not wrestling as much.
Yeah, Kurt Angle, he still got it. He just moves slower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as long as the match is tailored to his fitting, he can still go. It's just not the old wrestling.
yeah, it's
machine
not.
Kurt
Yeah,
Angle,
like we used
Yeah.
to.
you know.
My thing with Ronda. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh. No, I was gonna say my thing with Ronda. Even though people were crapping on her because of her promos and all this stuff, I always tell people, I'm like, when it comes to characters in WWE, wait till they get in the ring. You're taking somebody who's been practicing martial arts for years since she was a kid, someone who has pretty good timing, who knows how to throw people, who knows how to position herself, how to use her body for momentum and things like that. Transitioning, like you look at all the guys who've come from different backgrounds, like Rusev, who was, I believe, was it Sambo or something like that?
Yep.
You got Kurt Angle, who was an amateur wrestler. You got Brock Lesnar, amateur wrestler. Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas, Chad Gable. Guys who do these other physical activities, and they come into wrestling and they're naturals at it. To me, I always looked at Ronda. I was like, all right, I want to see how she sells. Like that table spot on the Go Home show,
Yeah.
she was like this, looking like angry and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, if she sells like that, it's going to be crappy. But her timing in this match, like everywhere she was supposed to be, she was there. The spot where Stephanie threw her into the ring post outside, she looked like she straight kissed the ring post.
Yeah.
Like it looked good. And for,
Stand up a little too late.
yeah, a little too late, but it looked good.
Yeah.
She wasn't hurt. I am not going to be shocked if Ronda and I hate to say this, Ronda and Charlotte are main eventing WrestleMania in 2 to 3 years. Because I could totally see, like, with Ronda getting more practice, I'm assuming she's not going to wrestle every Monday night. They're going to keep her down in like Florida, working on her on her skills, her in-ring work, definitely her mic work. But in the ring, she took to that like a fish in a new tank.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
she was good.
Give her like work time though, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't come overnight. You know what I mean?
Oh no, trust me. That's not my biggest gripe is what she gonna do when the bell rings. What's gonna happen? Like the mic work that comes in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Nick Thomas just told us no females will be in the Greatest Royal Rumble match, and I just confirmed it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, they're not letting any of the females.
Nah,
Nah, that's too bad.
Maybe Saudi Arabia doesn't allow it.
Yeah.
possibly not. Yeah.
Yeah, just that one time. Oh well. But yeah, that Ronda Rousey, like I liked her and Stephanie. They actually had some good spots in the match too. Stephanie was being the cowardly heel. There was one moment where Ronda was putting the whoop into Stephanie, and then like Triple H is outside the ring, and like there's just jaw jacking back and forth, and Ronda Rousey said like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go back and continue beating your wife."
Oh,
While you watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was funny.
yeah. And then I had that one moment where Triple H and was squaring up against Ronda Rousey, and the referee was like, "No, you can't do this." I'm like, "Yo, it's been a long time since we have never seen it in a PG era of a man squaring up against a woman. It's like this could work here."
He's got her up pretty good. She had him up for that Diamond carry pretty damn good.
Yeah, she did.
She rolled through with it. I was shocked.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Yeah, that one caught me. I was like, she rolled right through and picked him up. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
She got some power at least. Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But the one thing Carl pointed out too, she gonna regret not having knee pads.
Oh yeah.
I always said when I was training, I could not like. Every time I saw somebody wrestling without knee pads, I'm like, how you do that?
She spent a lot of time adjusting that camel toe. And
I will say this: I
Yeah.
hope she does not change her outfit. Just saying.
Well, I
she
mean,
gonna need some actual tights or something. Because
Yeah, she needs some. She needs
Yeah.
some. Honestly, she should go with like what Baszler does with like the long, like skin, like the tight pants or
Yeah.
whatever, and with like a little design or like the Rowdy symbol on it. That would probably work better for her.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, because she was adjusting her ring gear constantly.
Way too much. Way too much.
At the end of that match, if you look at her knees, them things are black and blue. She definitely was in the back with some ice afterwards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And at the end, she broke Stephanie McMahon's arm. I was like, yes, that was so good. Just snapped it right back. Stephanie tapped out within a millisecond.
Then does it the next night on Raw.
Yeah.
Yep, did it again. So making her the baby face of the year. And yeah, man, that was awesome. And the crowd was hot. They were hot for this match.
That could have been the main event, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have. And
Determining what we got. But
oh yeah, which we'll get to. Then you had a quick match, SmackDown Tag Team Championship, Bludgeon Brothers winning the titles against the New Day and Usos.
I like the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah, that was a
My brother's in the chat right now. He's a big fan of theirs now too.
what was that?
My brother Stevie, he's in the chat right now. I think.
Oh, okay.
oh, is it?
They could have worked as Wyatts.
Yeah.
It could have still been Eric.
Yeah. But the Bludgeon Brothers, you still got that Wyatt feel from them.
Yeah, that's that '80s thing right there, though. That's that old school gimmick with coming out with the accessories and everything. I'm just not a fan of
The mallets got to go.
Yeah.
They got to go.
You gotta come out with those accessories and everything. No need.
I think that's the only thing that I would have an issue
Even
with.
them
Like the
com-
music's good. The music's dope.
Yeah, I like the music.
The outfit, Rowan needs to change his definitely. That belt going around his stomach and everything, he just looks all extra funny. Go back to your One Piece. Or something.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
You're not a fan of the gimmick,
No.
but
Not at all. I would have. I'll take them as they were. Harper should be bigger than he is.
Yes.
Such an underused talent, man.
So underused.
Yeah.
Rowan, I'm surprised, is still around.
Yeah.
Because once they broke up the wires, I said, "Oh, Rowan's gone."
He's only around because Harper's.
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Harper, I expected already to be either in mid card or touching the main event. If not, already.
Harper's hilarious if you watch Up Down Down. Harper is hilarious.
I know he did a movie recently called like Mohawk or something like that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I heard he killed it in that movie for the role that he played. He was like the second in arms in like old school military, going around killing people and stuff. They said that his character, he killed it. They said he was great in that movie.
Really?
Yeah, I heard that too.
Who's this?
Luke Harper.
Luke Harper.
Yeah, it's called Mohawk. I seen a preview for it, and it looks really good. But I'm assuming it's probably like an independent film or something.
Yeah.
So, but it looked cool from the previews that I seen.
Yeah, I'll check it out when it's available because
Yeah.
I've heard of that too.
Movie Pass.
No, I think it's coming out on Blu-ray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just expecting a Movie Pass promo.
Man, he told me to get it. That's the best thing I ever did, man.
Yeah, Movie Pass. Yeah, $6.95. I think still for a limited time. Yeah.
But my question is where they go from there with the Bludgeon Brothers, dominating the Usos and the New Day.
Yeah, is that the only tag teams they got on SmackDown?
Yeah,
right
because
now?
I was thinking that they would bring Authors of Pain in to be like their new rivals, but they're on Raw now.
Well,
Next
with
week's
the
gonna be
shake-up.
shake-up.
And Benjamin and Gable. We're not doing anything with these guys anymore.
They're
Waste.
probably next on the list.
Yeah.
Waste of talent.
Yeah.
Waste of talent.
Shelton still got it.
Especially
Gable was just Gable's a beast.
Gable should have. Sorry to say this, but Gable should have been Angle's son.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He should have been Angle's son.
Thank you. I said that when they first revealed, I was like, wait a minute, they got the wrong guy.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, they got the wrong. Even my 10-year-old was like, wait a minute, the other guy looks like Angle.
Yeah.
They totally messed up on that one.
Yeah.
Poor Jason Jordan.
Well,
Poor Jason Jordan.
that's all right.
My black son.
But yeah, they'll probably they'll do some type of Maury thing. Well, they'll probably get Maury to be on Raw.
No one
Oh
knows.
man.
No, the best thing was Stephanie pointed out how many kids he had.
And then he was like, I got 5. And then someone
And
posted,
everybody ran with it online. They're like,
what?
you got Jason Jordan's picture, like,
Oh man. And then you had the next match, which Carl was looking forward to, and all the residents at the Death Valley nursing
Okay,
home.
first wash your face.
The Undertaker finally comes out. His entrance was longer than the actual match.
It was.
He beat John Cena in just under 3 minutes.
And it was out of breath in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
that's why we got 3 minutes.
I wasn't it. That was what I was expecting when he actually came out. That's what I was expecting. That's what I got. I got my Undertaker moment. He won. He can now ride into the sunset.
I think that they're gonna like keep Undertaker like as a main attraction for WrestleManias here on out. As long as they're like 2-3 minute matches, people are there for the entrance and the nostalgia and the vibe of it all.
But who's he going to squash? Like, Cena taking a squash doesn't hurt Cena.
No.
Oh yeah.
Was he going to squash Randy Orton next year? Like, he's got to
He's gonna
squash
run
a
through
mega
it.
star. He
Yeah.
can't squash one of the new guys. Go happen to Bray Wyatt.
Oh yeah.
You know, so it's like him coming out and squashing somebody. Who?
He was supposed to squash somebody last year. I forgot who that was.
He's still not the guy. He did not. Roman did not deserve that. He did not deserve that.
Unfortunately for Roman, though, that's one notch on his belt that he can no longer have.
Yeah.
He is no longer the guy who retired the
Oh,
Undertaker.
that's,
Sweet Jesus.
they're taking everything from him.
Yeah. Which is good. Which is good.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
You know, quoting Samoa Joe, he's a failure.
Oh man. You know what? Let's fast forward real quick. That Samoa Joe.
Wait. First off, you said you had something for about the Taker.
I do got
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
for
go.
Taker, for
Yeah,
Taker.
For Taker, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Personally, I grew up watching The Undertaker.
Right.
I'm a fan. I do not want to see him at WrestleMania anymore. I know this sounds nuts. The guy's 53 years old.
Right.
All right, I can get he won't work the entire year and then show up just at Mania. Like what he did is perfectly fine. I don't want him promoted for another WrestleMania. He doesn't need to do it. The guy, like you said, who's he going to squash next year? Randy Orton.
Yeah, I completely agree.
There is nobody for him to fight. Cena was the guy. There was nobody else that's currently on that roster that the Undertaker has anything with to fight.
Yeah.
If you go back when it was Batista, Edge, Michaels, Triple H, Punk, everything in that point was his prime at WrestleMania. Since then, it's been downhill.
Correct.
From Brock, that first loss,
Yeah.
then you go to Bray,
Bray, tune-up match.
tune-up match. It was literally, he didn't even show up for the promos. Bray literally carried that storyline to
A
Mania.
lot
Better than Cena.
And we had the situation with Roman last year.
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to get into that because we already know the outcome, right? Right.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to call it quits after he.
Yeah, see, and then you got the squash match with Cena. I love Taker, but there is nothing left.
There's nothing left
for him.
I want the man. I want him to retire.
Yeah,
I do.
I personally,
I do. He will always be my favorite wrestler. He's my all-time favorite wrestler. But
if he wants to show up and have a moment, come in and choke slam somebody or give somebody a tombstone, perfectly fine. But
Cool.
for a match, he doesn't need to do it. Like this whole Cena thing, it was great. It was a great build because Cena carried the entire build. But after what happened at Raw 25 with him on the microphone, that was bad.
yeah, because he was like he got distracted.
Don't
He got
even-
distracted by the crowd, which is like
You're literally in a smaller crowd compared
Yeah.
to most of the arenas. But I'm sorry, to me, I don't need to see Taker at Mania anymore.
No,
He's
we don't.
done it all. He's beaten everybody. There's nobody left, especially with all these new guys coming
Just
in.
like Victor always said, there's nothing left for him to
There's
prove.
nothing left for this guy to
I
prove.
think
Yeah.
that's the reason that they didn't have him promoting it this year. To see if WrestleMania would still feel as big without him on the card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think they did a pretty decent job.
No, they did a great
Yeah.
job.
If they hold him off, next year's WrestleMania will probably be based around him because of the fact that if he doesn't come back, he'll be in the Hall of Fame next year.
Yeah.
Because rumor has it that this should be his last match. You know, barring Vince throwing, $500 million at him for another match. But,
If you threw $500 million at me too,
so
I'm coming back for another match. I'm down to $500 million.
Yeah.
You got to twist it. If you get the money, take the money.
Now,
do what you gotta do.
Poor Elias.
Oh, Elias. Oh yeah.
What was the poor Elias? Like they were finally. He was finally getting there, just to get embarrassed and squashed and for no.
well,
reason.
they had to give
Yeah.
John Cena some type of it.
Yeah.
Some type of highlight.
guess, yo.
Because they
Okay,
knew
yeah,
he was
Cena-
gonna get. They knew. I was like, yo, you're gonna squash against Taker.
You're gonna feed him to Cena, and then Cena get fed to Taker. It's like poor Elias. Like he's the one that ended up losing everything in that one.
He's
Right
been
there.
getting destroyed by everybody. Braun
But he's
Strowman
still
getting destroyed.
over.
He
But he's
is
still
so
over.
over. That dude is
Like-
awesome.
And the dude is built to freaking. He is jacked. Like
I think he got a strong run ahead of him, though. But right now,
Hopefully.
they're just using him just as...
Like a comedy act.
Yeah.
I'll say this: down in NXT, I was not expecting this dude to make any noise in WWE.
Yeah. Not at all.
Not at
They
all.
released him at one point, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came back for a
Yeah,
little.
they released him at one point. Came back, still doing the drifter thing and everything. Even when he first appeared, I was like, that ain't gonna work. You're gonna just be walking around the backstage and do.
Yeah, just walking about the back playing. I remember that.
But yeah, man, Undertaker, hey, good on him. He's still mobile.
If
so
he's going out, at least it's a high note.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah, because I was afraid he was gonna go on a losing streak. I was gonna be like, that's
Yeah, because WWE cares nothing for legacies.
oh no, and like this will be the perfect time to put him in the next year's Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
There'll be no
Let
reason
him
to.
headline it. Let him headline it.
That streak should have ever been broken, man.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. He has been loyal throughout the wars, throughout everything.
Oh yeah,
Everything.
'Cause WCW
That should have been his.
he could. WCW offered him a huge
They were
payday.
really?
Ted Turner was
Huge pay.
throwing money out like he
Okay.
had no damn sense.
Especially when Nash and Hall got over there. I read that Nash and Hall were talking to management and they were throwing it. Taker could have retired
They were
at
just
that
giving him
point.
blank checks.
Wow.
Yeah, he could have.
Take it.
Bischoff was just like,
After a run there, he could have retired and been living pretty on an island. That's how much money they were throwing at him.
him and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
They were trying to
Yeah.
take both of them.
Shawn Michaels was getting offered, like, everything.
And last thing I'll say about the Undertaker, I'm glad that he did not come back as American Badass.
Oh,
Yes,
sweet
yes, yes, yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, yeah.
You notice that Kid Rock didn't even come out when they announced the Hall of Fame
Thank
is
God.
that WrestleMania?
Oh, good. Yeah,
Broke the night before, man. He's all right.
Yes.
yeah.
I want to see Kid Rock. Period.
Yeah.
I half expected Kid Rock to perform the whole freaking entrance and everything too.
I
I was
Yeah.
praying to God he wasn't going to perform because I forgot what Mania was. Where he did like a 10,
25.
Huh? It was 25? Yeah, he did like a 10, 15 minute set. It was
And they cut it out the
Yeah.
DVD.
It was like, dude, why? Why?
time to go get some buffalo wings during that performance. Some buffalo wings.
Bathroom break.
Yeah,
Oh man. Yeah, and then right after Undertaker, you had the return of Daniel Bryan in ring, teaming up with Shane McMahon against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I gotta say, Shane McMahon's punches are horrible as fuck. They're hilarious at the same time and embarrassing. But you could tell that Shane McMahon was taking the brunt of it, so Bryan could have little time to get readjusted back to the ring.
I'm surprised
it was a nice cover.
Shane took a beating like that though, considering the fact the man just had a hernia and all this stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
he said surgery. No, they said that he had sutures like going down his stomach.
Oh,
They said that
diverticulitis.
they had to rush him to the hospital and everything, and infection and everything, all
Yeah.
that stuff. Like, the man was literally hurting a week prior, and all of a sudden he was taking a.
Shane's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shane is legitimately
He
crazy.
got Kevin Owens' frog splash on top of him, and I was like, "Oh my God, Shane, you got some balls on that one."
Shane's crazy.
Yeah.
I just
The coast
know,
to coast.
Yeah, I
Yup.
was like,
When he went for
Van
that, I was
Terminator.
like, please don't do it. Please don't do it. And then he hit it. It looked great.
hit it.
Yeah.
But man,
I was nervous too.
you seriously got to be like,
That guy just had a helicopter crash.
yo,
Yeah.
this guy survived everything.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Then,
Definitely underrated.
and he's
match.
not taking over the company.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true, man. Vince always.
He could take over the company with that toughness.
Yeah, but Vince prefers Triple H. His words are over Shane.
But you know what? I like what Triple H is doing right now.
Yes.
I like that he's doing NXT.
Yeah,
NXT
NXT.
and 205 Live. 205 Live has stepped up.
Santana left.
You know, we still got.
Yeah.
We
Definitely.
still
That's a
probably
huge-
got another 30, 40 years of the way Vince be going. He ain't dying anytime soon or retiring anytime soon.
He's
Yeah.
in better shape than me. He's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's focused on XFL coming out 2020.
You know, God willing, he'll go focus on that.
Is that true that Providence is gonna have a team?
I heard some.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and guess who's supposed to be sponsoring it? Big Tony's.
Big Tony's.
Yeah, they were showing that.
Really?
I saw that online. I don't know if that was like a made up PC thing or something. Like I haven't gotten any confirmation, but I heard like Rhode Island was going to get a team
What are they gonna do with that? Like Brown Stadium or something?
and stuff.
That's
But
the only place I can think of.
There you go, yeah.
Because they're not making any stadiums right now.
oh, they
Yeah.
got shit for that. Not for that.
With XFL, I'm assuming whoever the sponsors are would probably redo the whole stadium. So yeah, I could see Brown being like a spot for him.
And if they do, it's Rhode Island, so it's going to take them more than 2 years to complete it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and plus,
And then first of all, it needs another 10 just to get the politicians going and everything.
Oh, yeah, that-
Well, they pay them off quickly, though.
See, if Buddy was in office, this would have been done like that.
Yes.
He was paying.
a briefcase.
I didn't say that out loud, did I?
nah. And plus, like with an XFL team, if Providence has it, hopefully they won't be cheaters like the Patriots. But anyway, let's.
Good point.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
like the
damn.
Cowboys. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
My hat's in the car right now. Bring up illegal formations or anything like that.
or like the current roster of the Cowboys, they can join the XFL so they can win games.
Really? Because we go 9-7? We go 9-7. Year before that, 13-3.
You know what? I think
And
they
then
just
some
give
cus-
they just give the championship to the team with the best record in the XFL, so Cowboys don't have to worry about playoffs, right?
Oh, burn!
All right. Okay, Jake Dillo.
oh, the great Jake Delhomme.
But yeah, what did you guys think about Daniel Bryan's performance in ring?
I was happy he was back.
Yeah.
I felt for that dude,
Looked a little
man.
rusty, but I thought he looked good. Just a little bit of rust, but I mean, he just took 2 years off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, too.
Yeah, nearly 3.
Yeah, 3 years actually. Yeah.
I just want to know if they're gonna make him a full-time wrestler again.
Nah, I don't.
They probably ease into it
Yeah.
because that's a
I think
that's a huge liability,
Yeah.
especially with the whole
Is it the
the
concussion
concussion
thing?
lawsuits
Yeah.
that's gonna be going on.
They're going
That's
to die full on with him, but definitely good to see him back.
Now, would he?
Who won Slam Fest?
Yeah, Carl, who won Slamfest 2018?
Slamfest 2018. Oh, we're on it right now. Sorry.
Oh man, but yeah, Daniel Bryan. I think I didn't see any rust on him. Like for someone who came back after 3 years, I do hope that he does like modify his moveset to like something more technical because like every time he does that corner drop kick and he like lands on his head or a side of his head, that
That's
makes you
probably what
cringe.
did it. It was that or the headbutts.
I think
Yeah.
That night he did it on SmackDown. That night he did it on SmackDown to Owens and Zayn. I was watching him bounce his head off that bottom rope. I was like, dude, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. And then that drop kick
Yeah,
off the top ropes.
yeah.
The match. I was like, oh, your head.
That's one move I think he should definitely take out of that
Yeah.
arsenal. As good as it looks when he drop kicks and he goes back like this, I always get nervous with him.
Yeah.
That Dynamite Kid headbutt off the top ropes, too.
He took
Yeah.
that off.
Yeah, that's
took
another
that
move that he
out.
took out.
Yeah, he took that
No,
off.
Stone Cold was telling him not to do it,
Yeah.
not to do it
Yeah, he
anymore.
stopped doing that. He
Long
took that
time
one
ago.
out of his arsenal, but he needs to take a lot of stuff out of his arsenal.
Yeah.
to save
Jesus
that.
Christ, y'all got Nick Thomas hating too.
But yeah, man. But yeah, hopefully Daniel Bryan, he'll ease back into it. Hopefully nothing will happen to him because we don't need another Benoit situation. God knows we don't need that. Also, I heard that he gets like stress tested after every match. So if they see anything wrong, then that's when they have to pull the plug.
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So, he needs to be every month. Go see a neurologist or
He's
something. Go
had
see.
more concussions than
Yeah.
Luke Kuechly, man. You know what I mean? He's just-
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, it's not even the concussions because a lot of these guys get concussions on a regular. It's the seizures. that go along with it. Like that to me, I find it a lot more dangerous. Like that's what I get nervous. Like I'm watching him in the ring now, and I'm just like, ooh, I'm looking for like a slight twitch or like him dropping down. Like that's what I'm really looking out for.
Yeah, well, Vince McMahon paid those doctors. I mean, he got cleared. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No, I think Daniel Bryan had to come out of his own pocket for those doctors.
Yeah.
32 doctors supposedly. That's a lot of traveling.
He had to go see the
Well, I
entire,
mean, they wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
see the entire medical community. Like, yeah, I'm seeing nurses, the doctors, the pediatricians, everybody.
Best specialty.
They're like, go see a vet if you have to.
Yeah.
See everybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Daniel Bryan. Hopefully he'll stay on the healthy side. Then you had the Raw Women's Championship match. Nia Jax finally beating Alexa Bliss's long title reign. Definitely the right call. Nia Jax did the smart move by taking out Mickie James at the beginning, and then so it could make it a fair one-on-one match. I thought it was going to be like a squash, kind of like China and Ivory back at WrestleMania 17. But Alexa, she made Nia work for it. She made her earn it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
definitely.
yeah, they definitely had to do that.
Yeah. And plus, like, the crowd was fully behind Nia. She was, like, definitely the baby face with the whole storyline of fat shaming and all this.
The Facebook group had to have their thirsty hour. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, my girl got it.
Got kind of quiet in the chat that when she was out there wrestling, I was like, oh.
Well, one of those guys was typing with one hand.
See, just disgraceful. Disgraceful.
Oh, man.
But you know, like I said,
He
you know.
knows who he is. Shout out to
Oh,
him.
yeah, he does. Yeah, he knows who he
I
is.
love me some Nia. I love me some Nia, too, but he takes the cake when he does it. I just be laughing.
Oh yeah, but yeah, big ups to Nia for finally winning the big one. I think it was definitely the right call. Alexa Bliss, she held that belt for long enough. Yeah, hopefully,
Nah, that's a good run.
yeah,
That's what I'm open to. But, I mean, she's
I got-
over, right? She's pretty over right now.
over
She
right
came
now.
She came a long way.
I got a
Nia has came a long way.
Yeah.
I
yeah,
got a feeling SummerSlam at the most.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
that, though.
yeah.
I don't see anything past SummerSlam.
See,
I'm
a
okay
short,
with
a
that.
short reign wouldn't be bad if she's defeating people because now it's co-branded. So with co-branded pay-per-views, if she can go on like a nice streak of like 3 or 4 like good people and then drop the belt eventually at something like a SummerSlam, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Like short reigns, as long as they mean something, then
Yeah.
cool.
And I have
yeah.
to bring it back to the SmackDown match, but were you surprised that Carmella didn't try to cash in?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I've
it
been
was.
here, because I was hearing tons of rumors because the Money in the Bank's almost up, right?
Yeah, June.
June.
So
Yeah.
she's got to cash in soon. It's only a year.
Yeah.
Honestly, if
Unless they're not going to stick with the storyline, but
she does it tonight, won't be mad.
She's got a Baron Corbin, man.
I was,
But I heard she was
I
okay.
was there. Were you there for that in Providence?
That's the one I wasn't.
Oh my god, it was when you seen it. Like the whole crowd's yelling at the dude. Like I'm sorry to go off topic, but the whole crowd's yelling at him. It's like, dude, you have the champion right there. He starts walking up the aisle. Everyone's screaming, cash in, cash in, cash in. If you're cashing in, and this is where I get mad with WWE logically, if you're cashing in on somebody, right? Why the hell are you worried about the guy that's out here? Like, work on him, throw the briefcase, ring the bell, boom, 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 1, 2, 3. That's all it takes. It's 3 seconds.
Edge was the master of that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Edge is-
yeah.
Edge is-
oh yeah,
Edge is the blueprint of how to get it done. You get in, you cash in, get out with the belt. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last few cash-ins, they come in, they got the referee, they're arguing with the ref and everything.
Yeah.
It's like
I wanna cash
10
in.
minutes later, the guy recovers in the corner. It's like, isn't it supposed to be get in?
But still, Dolph had the best one.
Dolph was probably the biggest moment out of
Yeah.
that. Like that
Yeah.
solidified for me Money in the Bank when he walked out with that briefcase the night after Mania, and that place went nuts. That was
Even though
that was good.
When Seth pulled his.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I think that was probably the best one. Mrs. one was pretty good too.
The forgotten when man came.
Oh, same night.
Same night, cash it in, get it out.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Well,
Nice.
Ambrose did it too. So
Yeah, but
Ambrose only had it for 15 minutes.
But yeah, good women's match. But the next match, damn, I hate to say this, man. I never thought I'd say this, but we had the WWE Championship match, AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, which is playing right now in the back.
literally,
This match,
Ending.
literally, the
yeah,
and here comes the part.
yeah, there goes the Shinsuke heel turn. This match disappointed me. It was a letdown. I can't believe I just said those words, man. Because I was expecting Wrestle Kingdom to come to WrestleMania. What we got was a slow-paced match. They hit one move. They would rest on the mat for like 10 minutes at a time, practically. Slow-paced. At the end, just when it was starting to heat up, when AJ Styles hit the Styles Clash, I thought Shinsuke would get the big kick out. Nope, it was a 1-2-3 straight clean win.
Yeah.
AJ retains.
It's
Hold on.
it's disappointing.
Look,
It was
The
disappointing.
problem is we expected Wrestle Kingdom. We should
Yeah.
not have been expecting Wrestle Kingdom quality match in WWE.
yeah, that, and you know what? I got to put the blame on both Shinsuke himself and also how he's booked, because when Shinsuke came into NXT, like he was booked, like he wrestled like at that high level still, like kind of a step down from New Japan, but he was still like, you could see why he was the man, why he was a big deal. Like his match against Sami Zayn, which was still his best match ever against Sami Zayn at NXT TakeOver, like that's when he was a big deal. 2-time NXT champion, he was still a big deal. When he came to the main roster, though, it was a combination of him being underutilized, like Vince McMahon just like forcing him to put Jinder over twice at 2 consecutive pay-per-views, but also for Shinsuke himself, because he figures, well, WWE is a safer style. I don't have to go as hard as I did in New Japan, so I'm just gonna do the bare minimum and just coast. So and it clearly shows. So like if you've never seen Shinsuke Nakamura in NXT or Japan, if you see only his main roster matches, it's easy to see why people be like, oh, I don't see what the big like.
There's a disconnect.
It's like, oh, I don't see what the big deal is. I don't see what the hype is behind Shinsuke.
I'm sorry, having him put over Jinder twice, that hurts anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Randy Orton did it, but Randy Orton's on a whole different level than Shinsuke.
Yeah.
Randy's bulletproof.
Yeah, at this point in his career, he can put over a midget, and Randy wouldn't be hurt by it. But
Or Nicholas.
Shinsuke,
Yep.
Shinsuke
Or
having
Nicholas.
to put over Mahal, that hurts
Yeah.
right there. That just takes away all the mystique. That just, but once again, I like the heel turn at the end.
Yeah.
It's setting up for more, because what was missing a heel. It was missing a heel. It was two faces, two beloved wrestlers at the time.
Yeah.
You know, so just going heel sets up maybe a better match at SummerSlam.
Yeah. There's something to that. And plus, like,
Hopefully,
Hopefully.
hold it off to SummerSlam. Keep building it. You know, I got a funny feeling they're gonna throw that backlash.
No, they'll probably
They're gonna
save it for the
You know, I hope they save it.
Ultimate Battle Royal, because that title was going to be defended too.
The Ultimate Battle. The thing is that Battle Royal thing that they're doing, that Ultimate Royal Rumble thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of house show.
yeah, it's a glorified house
I
show.
don't see
Yeah,
the
it
titles
is.
changing hand. Everybody, oh, that's when Roman Reigns is going to finally win.
Well, then again, it's going to be on the network, so people will see it. So I could see maybe one or two.
Is that?
The 27th.
Yeah. So that's like 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, it's Friday. I
Because
think
when
it's
I'm
Friday.
reading, Brock
Yeah,
only signed
2.5 weeks.
Brock signed an extension for one more match.
Yeah, I'm going to
Yeah.
hold on to my thought on that.
See, I heard something different with Brock. I heard until SummerSlam.
Yeah, some reports say SummerSlam because when he left to do UFC and everything, Vince still got dates left on his original contract.
His contract is a
Stuff.
tricky situation because I've heard rumors that he's still technically under UFC contract based on the fight deal that he did when he fought Mark Hunt. That it was a multi-fight deal, even though he's still allowed to work with WWE. Like personally, I think Vince and Dana are in bed with each other right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
They're totally, yeah, exactly. When I saw him at Mania, I'm like, okay, something's
But
definitely
see,
up.
Brock going back, but Brock still got to serve his 6 months.
Yeah, he still got to do a suspension.
So he can't even go into UFC.
Yeah, the rumor is that he's going to go under the drug test policy or like the protocol or whatever, and he's supposed to fight the winner of Stipe Miocic versus I don't know who the contender is right now for the heavyweight title, but supposedly Brock's getting thrown right in there. So
Just like always.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like always.
Yeah. And
Star
any,
power.
yeah, any other thoughts about the Shinsuke match? AJ? Anything?
I got to say this. I know even because me and Adrian are going back and forth about it. If you guys haven't seen the New Japan match, you have to see that match first. Then go and compare it to what you saw on WWE
No
WrestleMania.
comparison,
No comparison.
None.
NXT TakeOver at WrestleMania.
Seriously, to me, and this is where I say that it's a conspiracy. The conspiracy theorist in me, to me, either Nakamura and AJ phoned it in, or it was sabotage for what was supposed to happen later on that night. So, because
Because if they would have let him go, that would have stole the whole night.
it would have
Yeah.
stole the entire night.
Exactly.
It would have stole the entire
I'm
night.
done. I'm going home. I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
I disagree. I agree.
Yeah,
I
feel
definitely
it was
agree.
Inside sabotage definitely would.
yeah,
Yeah.
I compare it like this, right? You know who LeBron James is?
Yeah.
LeBron James and D Wade go 1-on-1, right? They're dunking on each other all day long. Next time it's another chance, they're playing again, all they're doing is laying the ball up. Big difference. To me, that match was a complete layup. They were just like, phone it in, it's WrestleMania, blah, 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 let's get through the night, go on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Huh? Seriously.
Yeah.
To me, something was wrong.
That's why it was disappointing, because anybody who
Yeah.
has seen him before was expecting more. And people who hadn't seen him fight got what they wanted.
And you know what the kicker of this, too, is? And they were, I was talking about Busted Open.
Yeah.
They compared the match times. Match times were almost identical to the minute of the match they had in New Japan and the amount of time they had at WrestleMania.
Really?
Wow.
Like, literally, I think it's about a minute difference between the two matches.
Man. And no wonder their WrestleMania match felt so slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They literally, like, I think we were discussing this beforehand. It felt like they were stuck in first gear and just never went. Mm-hmm. They just stayed there, they coasted, they cruised, and match is over.
Yeah.
There was really, like, no fire-up moment or anything, no hype moment in that match. It was,
Yeah, it was like Vince told them, "Hey, you two, like, don't be too good out there. Don't outshine the rest of the
And
cards."
it's true, because it has happened.
Because he needed the show for his boy,
Yeah.
for his boys.
Yeah, and boy, did that backfire. Because, like, we're going to talk about that match because we talked about the Raw Tag Team Championship match. Like I said, worst championship title change since David Arquette in 2000 for the WCW title.
Literally had
A kid.
A 10-year-old
Like,
kid.
And plus, like, they wasted, that could have been a cool NXT call-up right there.
Yeah.
That could have been so much. Like, somebody returning from injury.
Big Show, Joe.
No,
Cat.
Big Show
That
wouldn't have made sense.
That should have been the opener.
Big Show wouldn't have made sense.
That should have been the opener then. If you were going to do something like that, you should have had that open, let everybody get that feel-good stuff out of the way and everything, then lead in. You started off with a triple threat match, and everybody was expecting
the whole match. I was just
Yeah.
hoping somebody run down the aisle. Somebody run down the aisle.
Yeah.
And like I said, like, if the kid turned out to actually be a Make-A-Wish kid and he's on death's door and stuff,
It would have been understandable.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But it's a referee's son.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like when Buff Bagwell's mom, Judy Bagwell, became a tag team champion. Remember that?
Wow. I erased that one from memory.
You said Judy Bagwell. I was thinking of a forklift. And
Yeah, the forklift,
Oh,
and everything. Man, it's on that level. But yeah, yeah.
Can I ask you this? Okay. Who has the network here? By show of hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll count you too. You're welcome. Does anybody actually go back and watch old Nitros from like 99 on?
I've watched a couple of them.
I can't say,
I can't
not
say
after
so.
the NWO and everything. But I've watched a few back in the heyday, in the Monday Night War days.
Yeah.
But after the Monday Night Wars ended and everything,
Well, there was no more Nitro. But
well, I'm talking about like when
when they
kept
actually
going.
won.
Yeah, when they kept going, when they tried to rebound and everything. And, no, Vince Russo took over and everything.
Oh, my God.
No.
like, I watched Thunder when they just put it on there.
Okay.
Because it was on the network. I was like, all right, let me see if I can find the episodes from Providence. Nope. 'cause-
I did the same thing.
I was
I
looking for the
watched
ones
literally
from
one match. It was the opener. Chris Jericho against, who was it, like Lenny Lane or some shit? Like,
Oh, God. A Lodi? Was it Lodi?
no, I don't even think it was. Maybe it was Lodi.
And the only WCW old school, like after Russo era that I watched was, I think it was New Blood Rising. It was the only one I actually went back to watch. Aside from that, I don't think I've ever watched anything from WCW on the network from the
I
past 90s.
highlighted Halloween Havoc 98 and was like, nah. I was like, do I really want to do it? Because it made me think of it. It made me think of this though. Like that match, the Hogan Warrior 2.
Yeah.
If y'all remember, if y'all watched it, the pay-per-view feed cut off.
That's right.
It cut off at the end of the match because they went
It
over.
went over, yeah.
Yep.
And then, like, when everybody complained, we end up getting the DDP match. DDP and
Goldberg.
Goldberg, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they aired it on Nitro the next day, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man. Oh.
Hogan had to
Oh.
learn how to use that flash paper.
Yeah. Oh man.
that Hogan messed up and it went off on himself.
Oh, and speaking of embarrassing, let's talk about this main event though. One of the finest, in air quotes, main events in recent memory of the WWE WrestleMania. Brock Lesnar versus the golden boy, the shining babyface, the beloved, the talented, the widely embraced Roman Reigns. who was universally booed out of the building. I loved it.
You forgot
Haters,
the big
man.
dog.
The big dog.
I'm a cultaholic fan. So
Man,
I
I
just
cut a
love that.
promo of a lifetime.
Now,
Nick Thomas is like from 99 on. Fuck.
now, Kyle, since you are the resident Roman Reigns fan, cheerleader, stan justify. I want you to justify this main event: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship.
To me, it was just what you actually put in the wrestling group. It's a whitewash of CM Punk's legacy, I think. I think because they've already invested this much time into Brock Lesnar, do they really want to do that again with somebody else to get CM Punk's legacy away? However, that one hurt, man. As soon as the 3 count went, I was like, somebody's going to tag me in this group. No time was wasted. It was like a Facebook meme, man. Like, as soon as the 3rd count went, my phone just blew up, man. And then him. I'm so sorry I had to witness.
Oh man!
But honestly, I do believe that that's the reason that they gave it to Lesnar. I mean, it made no sense. It was like they had UFC was promoting that Brock Lesnar re-signed.
Right.
You know what I mean? So not even just for the business, just for fans of. She should have dropped that damn. That's what it is.
Like
I can't even get it out.
Well, technically, he did drop the belt. After a heated through the belt after a heated altercation with Vince McMahon.
So they said.
Yeah, that was afterwards.
I caught bull on that one.
Because he
The
resigned.
next day he resigned.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, you just the night before apparently fighting with the boss, and apparently Shane had to get involved too. And you just resigned the next morning. So I called bullshit on that one.
yeah, maybe it was because Brock busted him hard way with the elbow to the forehead.
Yeah, Vince probably just. It was just probably just.
I heard it was that in the
conversation
in the one of the table spots. That I guess they either Brock called it or him and Roman called it in the ring.
The match
And they weren't.
was
And I guess the feed
so-
to like the German announce team was just gone.
Yeah, like what you were saying.
Like the
Carl?
match was so bad. Like multiple beach balls were flying through the audience.
I had a list, but I didn't write it down. It was beach balls. It was, from what I heard, 10 to 15% of the audience was already leaving by the time Brock hit the ring. They said by the time that the match was over, it was about like 40 to 50% were already gone.
Damn.
This is awful chants. CM Punk chants. Forgot what the other. There was another chant too.
Boring.
Yeah, they were chanting boring. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't help when your main event at WrestleMania is getting awful
Like-
chants and boring chants.
Why is Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar being shoved down our throat acceptable? But Roman Reigns, who is actually there on a week-by-week basis, didn't win the Royal Rumble, didn't win the Heavyweight Championship. How many times since he's lost it? Has he had a shot? He's won the U.S. title, wore that proudly. You know what I mean? Brought the Shield back. Actually was being cheered at one point by the fans. Why is that not accepted? But Brock Lesnar, who shows up whenever the hell he wants to, okay and cool for the
Well, the thing is, we just don't believe in Roman. The fans just don't believe
You
him.
call me a hater.
Well, here's the thing: you wear it as a badge of honor. Where's the Silky? Hold on. Where's the Silky? Where's the picture of you with Silky with your face?
I really should have.
Oh, you were saying?
You put your face on Silky Johnson's body.
Oh, please send me that.
Oh, you were saying? You're saying
I
anything?
need to see that.
You never saw it?
Huh? No,
It's on my Facebook, bro.
I'll check it out.
Nobody never points out Brock has been around a hell of a lot longer than Roman.
That's
Brock
true.
put in his dues way before Roman was even lacing up boots.
And he also had a
You know-
bit of a steroid suspension, which is
Well, that was UFC.
swept under the rug.
Oh, yeah, that was.
Doesn't WWE have a wellness policy though?
They do.
Well, they do, but it's only.
Roman's got a.
Yeah, but they only.
Adderall.
Yeah, the wellness policy, from what I understand, it only applies to full timers, not part timers.
Yes.
Yeah. So you could be on the sauce, but as long as you're part time, they can't touch you.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Triple H and all them, they don't get tested like that.
Well, Triple H is.
Seeing Brock
Relatively
Lesnar at
part-time.
WrestleMania, it doesn't look like he's on the regimen anymore because he was looking kind of flabby there in that match.
Yeah.
So I think him and Jinder finally got off the regimen because Jinder's back acne's been clearing up lately.
Yep.
Yeah, he's on the juice, man.
And there's your boy, Nicholas.
The man's over.
Yeah.
Way
Yo,
over.
I could not believe how
popped.
much he popped on Raw last night.
Oh, yeah.
He brought a kid in the ring ring in WrestleMania to wrestle with him. Man.
He tagged him
First of all,
in.
Yeah.
first of all, I just saw that the
That's
kid
so
actually made
dumb.
it through the second rope, even
Yeah.
though Braun stepped on it.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart couldn't even do that.
How bad does that make the bar look, though? That just
Yeah.
For
It
real,
does.
though. Well,
It's
I
a
mean,
murder of a division. You
Yeah.
literally murdered an entire with one guy and a 10-year-old kid. Majority of one guy. You murdered an entire division
They might as well have just stuck with Braun
Yeah, by himself.
By
just by
himself.
himself.
You know,
just to keep the whole "I'm a monster" thing going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This whole thing just made
as the
him
first ever
soft.
solo tag team champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the women wrestlers in there would have been better than this.
Exactly.
You know?
They made, but the thing is, it made Braun look
Yo.
soft.
That referee did something backstage to earn that one for his kid. He did something. I don't know what he did, but he's been loyal,
what-
put in work, working for free.
You talked your kid into a damn near main event slot on WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
Like-
fact, that's the same referee. That's his father.
Oh, is that John Cone?
Yeah, that's John Cone.
Oh, yeah, it is.
That's
Yes.
John
I
Cone.
didn't even realize that.
Yeah, John Cone refereed that match.
If you look, he's actually talking to his son. When he's literally at the corner, you can see him like going like this, whispering to him and stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez.
But
What is
getting back to that whole
To Roman?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Everybody's always arguing, oh, we're getting, this one shut down our throat. This one. Roman hasn't earned to be shut down our throat.
Mm-hmm.
Brock has earned it. Brock,
Look at them old man balls. Nick is on a road. Yo, Nick Thomas is on a road right now. Yo, shout outs to Nick.
we seem to forget the stuff that Brock did before he left for UFC. He put on some damn good matches. He has some damn good feuds.
WrestleMania 19.
He hasn't put on a
Yeah.
bad match since he's been back.
Oh, that Goldberg match.
Well, yeah, the Goldberg. Goldberg aside, because
okay,
Goldberg was
no,
like 6 minutes total. In
Well,
their time together.
no. Go, the second one?
Huh?
Last
No, I
year's
mean, if
last
you
year's
combine,
Mania
if you
was
combine
actually
him
good.
and Goldberg
actually-
together, it was probably like 6 to 8 minutes total time that they've worked
10
together.
minutes.
I thought
Yeah.
the Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar match wasn't that great either.
It wasn't bad,
Yeah.
but it was so quick and two big guys beating the living crap out of it. Think about it in boxing or in UFC. You got two heavyweights in the ring. Is that fight going 5 rounds most of the time?
I just didn't take away the ending of that match. Like, won that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
really, like-
yeah, and that's a
and
good
then they
point.
had Roman kick out of like dozen.
Yeah, like
14, what was it? 14?
But he's Roman Reigns.
well,
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 Germans, 6 F5s?
No,
yeah.
there was like a set of like 5 moves performed in that whole entire match, which is another problem I have with Brock Lesnar. You are a
That I'm mad
NCAA
about.
champion. You are a UFC champion, and you're only limited to an F5 and German suplexes.
And a belly to back.
Okay, and a belly to back.
Yeah.
Belly to belly. Sorry.
That
Clothesline?
pisses me off.
That's it.
Because Brock Lesnar could put on a wrestling match.
Yes.
Exactly.
could.
We all know this, and we're expected to forget that Brock Lesnar could.
But it's like once he said "Suplex City, bitch" to Roman
they were
Reigns.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
It stuck.
Because he said it to Roman Reigns. It was like when Iverson crossed Jordan, man. When you do it to the best, it sticks. It works.
but that's the thing. Like it's clear that Brock Lesnar
That was a good response. That was a good response.
but it's so clear like Brock Lesnar he clearly doesn't give a shit about anything. Like he could put on a wrestling clinic if he wants to still, but he chooses to like to do the bare minimum as possible. Oh, German suplex, F5 leave.
Yeah.
Like
oh, he's definitely in there for the
Super
paycheck.
Saiyan Hulk Hogan.
He has a 5-minute contract.
Yeah, that
For
definitely.
most of his matches, like all the house shows he's done, it's literally a 5-minute limit. Like remember that whole thing with him and the Miz, and it was like in and out real quick.
Yeah.
And I forgot who else it was from like I think it was Miz in Madison Square Garden, and then there was another house show that he did. It was literally it was Kane. It was
Yeah,
Kane.
Kane.
Yeah, it was walk in,
Squash
boop boop, squish, like squash, done. Like finito. It's in his contract. But then again, I always say this. This is where my thing with like Brock. And I'm gonna get into Roman like later on, but with Brock Lesnar, I'm sorry. If you get offered a contract and you're getting paid millions of dollars to do minimum amount of work, will you not accept it?
I mean, I
And
would. I
do
would.
literally, it's not like he's acting most of the time. He's literally most nights on Raw. This is all he's doing.
Yeah, it's all.
Yep.
Jump in.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, Heyman's doing the talking.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing the talking. He
At
just
least
stands
Roman
there.
Reigns talks, man. At least he tries, man. He cares that much for the business, you know what I mean?
He
And
tries,
not for nothing, he
and-
puts on some great matches, with
He
the exception
has.
of that BS crap that was just at that WrestleMania. Roman's matches are usually spectacular, in my opinion, anyway. I think that they're very well paced, very well performed. He sells moves excellently. He has a wide variety now of moves. He has a wide variety. The drive-by, he has.
I'm waiting for more than 5 fingers to appear.
Okay.
By the
Try-
Superman punch, the spear.
And this does not count as a move. Doing this is not a move,
I have not seen that man.
depending on what industry.
Maybe a drop kick here and there sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A close up. Okay, a close up.
Nobody's counting, okay? No, but anyway.
Cena's got more moves than him. And
No, he doesn't. No, he does not.
No, Cena's
Cena
added a couple.
Cena
Cena's
tries moves.
not being carried by AJ Styles. His matches are always the same, man. I'll get my ass kicked. I shoulder block. I show you.
Well, that's Roman's matches. Get my ass kicked. Come back. Superman punch. Spear. I win.
Yeah.
Usually more than one Superman punch, though. See, that's count. It's two different moves. You use both hands.
Just because he's ambidextrous doesn't mean that it counts as a second move.
I mean, but I will say with that match, which was rightfully dumped on. I mean, at the next night, Roman Reigns, he came out and he was complaining. He had the man bun, trying to be all emo. All he needed was some eyeliner and just sing a Creed song, and then that'd be it. But he was, but
He had that.
he had that knot, that
I will say that.
that nice knot on his forehead. He was talking about there's a conspiracy going on. I just heard Brock signed a new contract. Blah blah blah. He's a part timer, this and that. But then Samoa Joe came out, and man, he embarrassed Roman Reigns. He laid down some facts.
You forgot the part where he got mad because he found out about his match on social media.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Learned about it on the internet.
Actually, he has good mic work skills, so
Yeah, he does.
he's always has.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yesterday just proved to me, WWE, you are using the wrong Samoan. You are using the wrong Samoan. I'm
More
sorry.
adorable, though. The best
Yeah,
ability
they use-
is availability.
Yeah, it is.
They're
That's
using the
true.
more marketable one.
Yeah, using the
Yeah.
more marketable one.
Because we all know the reason why they stayed away from Joe was because of his physique. They stayed away for so long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because of the way he looked.
Yeah, because he just won't drop. I don't think
He's
he
flabby.
can drop that weight.
Yeah,
I
and he's
think
flabby.
just
He's
naturally
not.
like that.
And I will say this:
Yeah.
I was developing sympathy for Roman before he came out and cut his promo yesterday. And this is the part where I think Adrian's actually going to enjoy this. With Roman Reigns from the jump, because everyone always wonders why people hate Roman. And like I said, I've always been labeled as a smart mark, right? Do I? Do you know?
Yes.
Why?
Because
Don't say Daniel Bryan.
It is because
No, it's not. No. Time out.
Look at the Monday Night Raw the week
Yes,
before the
hold on.
Royal Rumble.
Hold on.
Monday Night Raw before the Royal Rumble. When Roman Reigns came out, everybody was on their feet, chanting, cheering,
Yes.
and everything else. When Daniel Bryan got eliminated from that Royal Rumble, then Roman Reigns came to the audience all of a sudden.
Because that was a direct FU from Vince. Think about it. Bryan got in the Rumble and he was eliminated before Roman even made an appearance. That right there was Vince McMahon saying FU to the fans. And the moment Roman came out, it was over. But for people for the smart, quote unquote, smart mark fans who get bad raps or whatever, I can give you a direct pinpoint of when I started hating Roman Reigns. And I don't hate Roman Reigns. I don't like the character. The character is bad, But for me, when a guy makes a statement, right, in an interview, where you're directly insulting a third of your audience, when you make a statement saying, "Oh, I do what I do for women and children. Grown men need to grow the hell up and be on their own and don't worry about pro wrestling. Focus on football and basketball. Let women and children enjoy this." You're literally alienating a third of your audience, men, women, and children. And for as long as I remember, for as history has shown, a majority of the audience is what?
Man.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're already sending a direct shot at a third of your audience, right? And the vocal majority, even though they consider it a vocal minority, are
Men.
men. Okay, so that right there, as a smart mark fan, you already lost me. Because I've met guys like Daniel Bryan. I've met Kevin Steen. I've met El Generico. I'm using their prior names before they got to WWE to prove a point. Right. I've met these dudes. These guys will come up to you, shake your hand, spend 5 minutes with you, say thank you. I appreciate you coming to the show. Blah 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 blah.
Cesaro too,
Yeah, guys like Cesaro and Cassius Ohn or Chris Hero and stuff like that. Guys like that, they do mean something to people like us because we develop a bond watching them grow. And trust me, don't get me, like you said, Roman puts on damn good matches. Yes, a lot of times we want to say, he's being carried by AJ and all these other people. But no, it takes two to tango. You got to be there when it's time to get hit. You got to be there when it's time to hit somebody. Roman is not a bad wrestler. The problem is he shot himself in the foot early. And to show you the timeline of when this occurred, the week after that statement was made, right? He went on Raw and he tweened a heel turn. He looked at the crowd and said, "Oh, you grown men up in here bitching and crying. Why don't you shut up and drink your beer?" Then what happened a week after that? Roman gets popped for a suspension. So it's literally 1, 2, 3 things. You know, it's like you're back to back to back. You're crapping on the guys. Then you're sitting there and you publicly said it. Like, I don't know if I'm assuming it was in character. I'm going to say it's in character because it was said on television. You know, aside from the little shoots that he's been doing lately. Yeah. You make a statement like that. Then you go out on TV and then you disrespect the guys, saying "shut up, drink your beer." Then a week later you get popped for steroids. So you know what? F you. Yep, you got what you deserve.
Adderall.
Huh? Yeah,
Or was the Adderall?
yeah, it was Adderall. But you get popped. That's one wellness pop. That's one wellness pop, right? You know. So for me, I've already disconnected from Roman Reigns. I'm done with at that point I was done with Roman. What occurred on Sunday, I felt for Roman because for a year everybody knew what the main event of WrestleMania was going to be. We all knew what the outcome was going to be, and out of nowhere, he doesn't win.
I just okay. As
Yeah,
we turn SmackDown,
I
I
just
just
looked
read
over too. I just seen
Paige's
that.
lips. Paige is the new general manager of SmackDown.
Shocker.
All right. But yeah,
Well, I know she was gonna stay in there.
Oh yeah, they was gonna find something for her. She's way too popular.
But no, back to what I was saying, right?
Yeah,
When
sorry
it comes to
about
no, it's all good. Sure.
It's now over. I'm sorry.
He's getting a world title push.
Someone's getting sent to Raw.
Let's not talk about Raw and Paige and Woods and. I'm sorry, children, please.
But yeah.
No, but
yeah, you're saying?
The Rampage.
I felt for Roman because I knew what was going to happen. I was saying it to myself. I'm like, Roman's going to kick out of at least 3 F5s and then win the match. The dude ate 7 or 6.
Six.
Yeah, he ate 6 F5s. If you notice throughout the year, every match Brock has won, it took 1 F5. 1 to Braun Strowman, 1 to Samoa Joe, 1 again during the 4-way battle.
Yep.
Roman was the one who ate the pin at SummerSlam, right?
SummerSlam.
The fatal 4-way was him, Braun, Joe, and Brock.
I think Joe got
Joe ate. I think Joe ate.
ate it.
Yeah, Joe ate. Yeah.
All right, so it could have been Joe. But everybody has been dropped by 1 F5. So I knew right off the top of my head, I'm like, he's going to kick out of 3 or 4, make Roman look strong, then Roman wins. And I know Adrian's probably listening to this, and I said it to him on his post. I said, I pray to God Roman beats the living crap out of Brock and wins. Because if it was anything less, if it was a roll-up, if it was a fluke, nobody would have believed it. If you literally flipped roles, Brock was bloody, Brock took like 6 or 7 spears, then you'd be like, okay, I accept Roman as champion. And what do? They effed Roman up again. And like I brought up earlier with the whole Nakamura AJ thing, this was a setup. This was a setup for Roman to get over. Everything about it was Roman to get over. I think the moment they heard the crowd, the moment everything was going on, beach balls were flying, people were leaving, they pulled the plug on it. They had to get Brock signed, and now they have a steel cage match in Saudi Arabia.
Where he'll get cheered.
Well, he will get cheered, and they will have that moment that they've been waiting for. And I'm saying it. I feel for Roman. I actually feel bad. This is the moment I developed sympathy for Roman Reigns.
I had the same mindset that they called an audible.
They called it. They had to have called an audible.
Because I really thought the same thing. Roman's he's torn the fuck apart, and then all of a sudden, here comes a spear, and he's gonna win.
And that would have caused more boos. But if you, like I said, if you would have flipped the roles, he busts Brock open. He's beating his ass. He's hitting him with spears.
Especially because in the fact, leading up to the Mania, he just kept getting his ass kicked.
Yeah.
Like, you expected Roman to come out, at least put up a fight.
Yeah.
Nah, he just looked.
And he still, just like in the match, he still got his ass whipped.
Yeah. Yeah, he got ragdolled and everything.
So it's like, him winning in Saudi Arabia is like, it's going to upset everybody even more.
Yeah, it's
Roman,
just going to make
putting
it
the title
worse.
on Roman right now is not going to get him over at all.
No.
It's not. It's going to backfire so badly. Roman should have gotten a heel run.
Because of you haters.
I'm giving Roman props right now.
I don't have a problem with Roman the wrestler. It's just the Roman character.
Yeah, the character.
It's just
being,
not
it's just being
necessarily
passed
believable.
off too wrong. Like, let him earn it. Let him start from the bottom and earn. No, he just started at the top. And fans don't want that nowadays.
He didn't really start at the top.
Oh, the Shield?
He started with a trio.
He
which
started
was
with the
being
trio.
Heavily pushed. I know.
And
Everybody expected Roman Reigns to be the breakout guy. Then fans started falling, basically behind Seth Rollins was putting on great matches. Dean Ambrose was putting on great matches. Then when they broke off and Seth Rollins became the chosen one,
The architect and all that, yeah.
I think that Roman Reigns at that point wasn't focused on.
He wasn't focused, but he was definitely the center of attention for the group.
Everybody knew he was anointed. By then, everybody knew that this is the next John Cena right here. And right there, that already turned everybody off. It was like...
Well, CM Punk kind of confirmed that when he left in his interviews.
Yeah. It's like, you just got... WWE wants to find another John Cena, I understand that. Of course they want to find another... Let it happen naturally. They have so much talent right now. Somebody could break out.
To me, that's another problem. You don't need another John Cena. You don't need another Hulk Hogan. You don't need another Steve Austin. You don't need another Rock. Notice I'm naming different people that are all major stars. Be the first Roman Reigns. The problem is you're coming off generic. You're a big dude. I'll tell you right now. Here's a comparison, right? I'm going to say, this is the first time I'm going to say his name. If you switch guys and you put this guy in the situation that Roman was in and gave Brock a fight, it would look so badass. Pete Dunne. You put the bruiserweight doing what he does against the guy like Brock Lesnar in Roman's spot, like you gave Pete Dunne that build and all that stuff, Pete Dunne would have killed something like that. Obviously, he's not going to do it because he's smaller and all that stuff. But the character, the bruiserweight, if you give the bruiserweight that spot, it would have been money. It would have looked like money.
But didn't that whole superstar by committee thing already fail with the whole NWO thing in WCW? You think though? I mean, they had so many people in the NWO by itself, basically almost took out the WWE, and it ended up being WCW's downfall.
Because they watered it down way too quickly.
Yeah, by the time we knew it, everybody was in the NWO.
Yeah, the NWO, NWO Black
every
and
week,
White,
every week somebody was
LWO.
Yeah, Mexico, everybody was involved. Japan.
Hey, BWO was over.
By then there was like maybe one guy left on the WCW roster, and everybody was on the NWO roster. It was like
DDP.
Yeah.
It was pretty much DDP.
Yeah.
So that just
And Goldberg.
And
they shot themselves in the foot with that one. We all know how that one went down. That one was all their fault right there.
Yeah, man. So yeah, good points on Roman Reigns, man. So any other thoughts, Kyle?
I hate all you haters.
Okay. Yeah, and I will say that real quick, Nick Thomas left a comment a few minutes ago. He said that The Rock's stunt double has more moves than Roman. Ouch.
Which
Rock was
movie?
getting booed at one point in his career toward the latter end.
I've always said that they need to give Roman Reigns the Rock treatment.
Because when he was rocking my Via, he was booed out of the building. Rocky sucks. Die, Rocky, die.
He embraced
Death
it.
threats.
Yeah.
He
He
embraced it
became
when
the Hall of
heel.
Famer.
Yeah.
I used to think that he looked exactly like The
This-
Rock, by the way.
This goes back to Windmill Street
He had
School.
the curls and everything.
If y'all from Providence and you know where Windmill Street School is, that's how far this right here goes back.
Did that school close down?
Exactly.
Exactly. Apartment now,
Yeah.
man.
So,
Oh
That what it is?
man.
I don't know what the hell they did with it, man.
he used to always tell me that. Like a big ass lip.
Man.
That's what Kyle has something. Kyle has something on everybody. Luckily, you went to Mount Pleasant.
Yeah.
Rock got booed and got hated, and he turned it around, turned it to gold.
Lifelong.
Yeah, he did. He
That's
did.
why I'm saying
It was the Simpsons thing.
Roman needs a heel turn. Roman needs to come out there one day and say, you know what, screw all you fans, screw all this politics. I'm gonna start bashing heads in and just go on a mean tear.
Yeah.
That's the perfect move.
That would
He's
be.
Vince's golden boy.
Yeah, that's
Let's
it.
see.
You gotta
So
call it.
be the heel golden boy. Like,
Even Cena was a heel at first.
Yeah, but
He was.
you gotta-
Yeah.
But I don't think they saw
everybody-
Cena as Cena was. They called him the prototype at first and everything, but I don't think they.
well,
saw
that was
Cena-
his like OVW
Yeah, that was-
and stuff. Like he came in
That's
as
his
John
first
Cena.
talent.
And
I don't think
Yeah.
they were seeing Cena to be as big as he became.
But look, I mean, you can.
Yeah,
look at
Triple
the
H
roads
definitely
and
did.
know that not everybody has their character. What do you call it? Character freedom, where they can just go off and just
creative control. Yeah.
creative
Yeah.
control. That's what
Yeah.
I was looking for. Not everybody has that. I mean,
Cena didn't have that at first. Cena had, a lot of these guys probably had to earn it, but you would figure if you're the golden boy, you're the chosen one, you have some fucking input.
I think
You able to say, listen, Vince, let's go this way a little bit. Let's just change it up. He's just a yes
easy guy to
man.
deal with. Everybody says that. He's very stubborn in his ways.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what everybody
Vince.
says anyway.
Here's a little
Yeah.
fun fact. Aside from The Rock, Jimmy Snuka, and I think Rosie and Roman, every Samoan in history has been a heel. And they've always made the most money when they're heels.
Yeah.
It's literally, like they say, the bloodline, it's in his bloodline. He's literally oozing heel. He just they're just not pulling the trigger.
Would you consider the Usos heels?
They're
tweeners.
Tweener.
I consider
They're tweeners right now, but I think their best work has always been like even when they first came out with Tamina and all that stuff. They started off as heels, started picking up, and then they went face with the whole gimmick thing. But their best matches, heels. Heel Samoans are great. I'm sorry to stereotype, but heel Samoans are great. And Roman he sticks out like a sore thumb. You just look at him and you like, sorry, but
he came in as a heel.
And he was
a heel.
And he was great.
He
was great.
People were loving the big muscle from the Shield.
His name was he was the Juggernaut. He was the Juggernaut of the Shield. Like you were built for this, to be this tough, like destroy everybody thing. But
and when they broke up, you haters turned on him. Remember that? All of you, I blame all of you haters for this conversation right now. This conversation should be this: Roman got robbed at WrestleMania. You haters are celebrating.
No, I'm saying I feel bad for the dude.
I was celebrating to the fact I thought it was a given that he was going to win. I was just like, oh,
every
why?
week.
Like, yo, wait, they gave it to him? I'm like, wait, they did.
Dude,
wait, what just happened?
I get out of work, I watch the podcast, and every week this guy was always saying, "Oh, the inevitable Roman Reigns gets the belt at WrestleMania."
Last week, I do the AG impression.
oh my God.
If y'all remember last week, the AG impression happened.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh my God, don't you see why Roman Reigns is the face? I mean, oh my God, he's just totally like the greatest of all time. You can't say that he puts people over. He's like the biggest babyface ever. I mean, it's like, why can't you see that he is the guy? I mean, it's right there. It's right there.
Shout out to Adrian, man. It was good.
Yo, we love you, Adrian.
Oh, that was good.
That's how you know you
That
need to
was
come
good.
back on it.
You know you're over when you're getting impersonated.
why Adrian more over than Roman?
Oh.
Laughing on the mic.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You want to breeze through Raw real quick? Cause
Yes. Raw. Yeah.
Ronda Rousey breaking Stephanie's arm again.
Yep. Babyface of the year.
My girl Ember Moon got called up.
Yep.
Not before.
Yep.
Did her thing.
Booker T's proud.
Ember Moon, the only real champ from Dallas. That's what's up.
First of all, we got 5 rings.
Was it?
They cut her off the Hulu show.
Oh man.
I heard about that.
I saw Adrian post that. He's like, they cut her off on the Hulu.
Oh, that
Really?
sucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man.
They cut it from Hulu.
And she is the last Dallas champion, right?
Yeah.
Now, see, why would they cut off a wrestling match but keep the whole Roman aspect probably on Hulu? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of having a new debut and a guy who's sitting there with his head busted up, he ain't doing nothing. So
Call up should have been on the Hulu. Man.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like.
Yeah, those are big moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut out the No Way Jose. Wasn't that?
No Way Jose's. He's a very talented dude. I hope they don't give him the Adam Rose treatment.
That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I don't want.
love No Way Jose.
I had fun with that whole thing last night.
Another
I was
body
like,
in that battle royal next
3
year. Man.
a month or 2 in, that thing will be
So gone.
so gone.
Adam
Yeah.
Rose.
It will be so tied up.
Adam
Yeah.
Rose.
Oh man.
Adam Rose thing was so bad he shaved his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but we did see the return of Bobby Lashley coming back.
I wonder if they're going
That was anticlimactic.
Is he look a little smaller compared to him?
He definitely
he
looking
looks
jacked.
big.
Yeah, I gotta look at it.
I've been seeing him at TNA too. He definitely looking jacked. He definitely-
TNA doesn't have a wellness test, though.
But TNA is also hiring.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sick
Well,
burn.
When I heard that, I was.
Yo, I think our thread blew up
I
once he said
I
that.
fell off my bed laughing. My girl's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "He said TNA." She's like, "What's TNA?" I'm like, "Exactly."
TNA's hired.
Jeff Jarrett is like in the WWE Hall of Fame, and they still have a company?
They've
No,
been
yeah.
sold. Yeah, now they're Impact Wrestling. They got
Owned by
sold.
Anthem, some company
Yeah, Anthem
out of
Sports
Canada.
out of Canada.
Yeah.
So the thing is, my question is like, what do you like? What's gonna happen to Global Force now?
Global Force got absorbed by Impact, but Jeff, I guess, just relinquished all the rights because all the Global Force dudes,
Were
even though,
Impact dudes.
yeah, they're all Impact dudes anyway. Like
Yeah.
Sanjay, the only one who's not there right now is Aldis. Magnus.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's NWA champion now. So
Yeah, they pretty much was either Lucha Underground wrestlers or freaking TNA wrestlers.
and they fired Del Rio.
Yeah.
Well, Del Rio's trying to come back to WWE.
No,
anyway.
Del Rio needs to go somewhere, back to Mexico and hide somewhere. Put a
Well,
mask
he's
on.
not going to
Yeah.
SmackDown.
Oh man.
Hey, wait,
That man is
AJ Woods back together.
That man United with a
Yeah.
mask on and disappear back in Mexico. That's what
Oh man.
But yeah, man. So yeah, that. Oh yeah, and just to wrap up here, we do have one email. Just wrap up the episode
Oh
from.
damn, we still got a question of the week.
Well, we can save that for like next week, I
All right,
guess.
cool.
Yeah.
I don't have one this week.
Yeah. So we got Edward Stravato.
Yeah.
He actually attended WrestleMania 34. And he sent us an email. It says, hey guys, below is an overview of my Mania experience in bullet points. Pre-show, I attended Mania 30 at the Dome. Entering the building was much easier. Last time we were stuck in a hallway for a near hour, and I missed the entire pre-show. Got to our seats around 4:30 Eastern. Most of the crowd had been let into the arena once the Andre the Giant Battle Royal started. In Mania 32, there was no one in the audience for Kalisto and Ryback. Maybe only a few thousand fans, so entry was smooth. Crowd was super hot for the entire pre-show up until around the SmackDown Tag Team match. The pops for Rollins' entrance and Rusev were insane. People were disappointed that there was no Demon entrance. I couldn't tell who the hell those people on the stage were with him, and we had great seats. Rousey match easily got the biggest reaction of the night. Crowd stood the entire match. Entire crowd was behind Rousey and was massively hot. Awesome match as well. Things went downhill around the midway, though. Jinder's win killed the crowd, as well as a disappointing SmackDown tag match, which should have been a match of the night contender. Cena Taker segment was pretty hot as well, but it was a 2-minute match. From there, the crowd was pretty much not into it. Naka's entrance was great, but the crowd was flat during the match and didn't really care for the heel turn. Nicholas was over as fuck, mainly because the crowd was bored. And main event was the deadest I've seen in a while. This is awful chants, beach balls, a wave going through the audience, no pop at all for a couple table spots. Fans were getting really pissed since there was legit only 4 moves done the entire match. Superman punch, F5, spear,
A clothesline, maybe.
clothesline,
Oh,
yeah,
Oh,
body
wait,
slam.
German?
He's ambidextrous.
German.
He uses 2 hands. So that's
Yeah.
a move.
Yeah. In short, I was in the arena for 8.5 hours. Oof,
It's a work shift.
that is, it's,
I couldn't sit
Those
down in
chairs.
chair
I
for
can't.
yeah, it's far too long for a show for the fans. They are dead by the end, even if the show was good, which I feel this one wasn't. Yep. So that was Ed Stravato's report from WrestleMania.
Bro, I posted
8
as
hours,
soon as
like-
that NXT TakeOver run was over. There's no way WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
None.
I
So
got out of work.
Oh,
went home. I got out of work, went home, and saw that thing at like 4:00 in the morning. I was like, they won. They won the weekend already. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And that
NXT
first match, I was like, they won the weekend.
As soon as I heard about the six-man ladder match, I was like, NXT wins. I'm like,
Yep.
they always win. Like, you throw a match like that with those guys on there, they're gonna
Yeah,
win the
they
weekend.
had no specialty matches.
Yeah, like there was a rumor about
The SmackDown tag match was supposed to be a
TLC or something.
TLC match. That never happened.
no.
Oh, and quick thing, going to the Hall of Fame. Who do you think had the best speech?
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
He put the big coat on.
Yeah,
It wasn't even that. What got me in the feels when he was like, Martha, please.
Oh yes,
Yes, when he's like the Owen Hart. No,
yes.
Owen should be here. It's Oge's birthright. I'm like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like,
Owen Hart should be headlining a Hall of Fame entrance. Like it should just be Owen Hart
I
card.
don't think the family will sign up for that.
Nah,
it's
that's
not.
about-
It's Martha. It's
Yeah.
Martha. That's why you.
his wife.
Yeah.
That's what's holding it up.
Yeah.
Been inducted him.
Indeed. And yeah, that's pretty much it for WrestleMania weekend, guys. Kyle, Eddie, Brian, thank you so much for coming to the show, talking about WrestleMania.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for taking the Roman Reigns hate. You know, we were Brock, you were Roman, so it all worked out.
We should leave here with no blood loss.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, Lord, Adrian gonna kill me, man.
And so, so thank you all for that. SmackDown Live is on right now, so we'll check that out. As always, tune in next week for more Codex Prime goodness. As always, we will catch you on the flip. Peace out, nerds.
Later.
Y'all are haters.